Abdallah, shot, save made, rebound, sit, shot, score! For the first time in franchise history, the Danbury Hat-Tricks have won the Commissioner's Cup!
And the season comes to an end for the Danbury Hat-Tricks of the first round of the 2024 Commissioner's Cup.
I think
playoffs.
they're a resilient group. They don't stay down long, and that's a really good thing to see. Maybe sometimes overlooked and underrated is the ability to bounce back.
Find ways to win, right? It's championship hockey. You gotta play the right way. You gotta do all the little details and take care of the job.
Killers. Got to be killers.
I get a feeling there's gonna be a riot.
On my soul, everybody in the click strap, and they all on gold. Keep a stick just like Branch Poppy, but I ain't a troll. On my mama, can't nobody out here play me for no hoe. Guard your grill. Ain't nobody out here hard to kill. The gat I pack, go back and peel your cap from front to back. How you still for harder steel? Tuna fish, my hardest meal. Stay trail when they switch to harder skill. I'm gonna feel like a Buffalo Bill with a ball coat filled with a cold post chill. On my soul, everybody in the click strap, and they all on gold. Keep a stick just like Branch Poppy, but I ain't a troll. On my mama, can't nobody out here play me for no hoe. What up, done? Let's get it. Yeah. Yeah.
It all comes down to this. Game 3 of the Empire Division Semifinals from the Danbury Ice Arena in downtown Danbury, Connecticut. The number 2 Danbury Hat-Tricks and the number 3 Port Huron Prowlers have taken it to Game 3. Prowlers winners on home ice. Game 1, Hat-Tricks responding last night 4-2 a victory in Game 2 to force an Easter Sunday matchup. Hello again, Hat-Tricks fans. Thanks so much for joining us. It's Rabbits playoff hockey on Easter Sunday. Doesn't get much better than that. One team advances, the other team goes home. It's as simple as that. Both teams have shown sparks throughout this series. It's been physical, it's been gritty, it's been nasty, and something that had grown throughout the regular season series, which the Hat-Tricks had taken 5 games to 2. It was chippy in the regular campaign. Prowlers set the tone on home ice in game number 1 with a strong third period in that game. They won it 6-3. It was 2-2 heading into the third period. The Prowlers scoring 4 straight goals in the third period. A big night from Reggie Millette, who had 2 goals and an assist. Reed Cooper, who gets the start tonight after he was out yesterday. Valtteri Nusiainen was the goaltender yesterday. He got the win in game 1. And boy, did the Hat-Tricks respond in game number 2. It was an identical 2-2 score through 40 minutes of play, but Alexander Vasiliev, the game-winning goal, about 5.5 minutes into the third period, was just enough to force this game 3. Gonzalez and Abdallah with the assists, and then Gleb Van Durken tucking home the empty net goal. He leads the Hat-Tricks with 4 playoff points through 2 games. Not much of a surprise there. Danbury's Offensive Player of the Year, also their Rookie of the Year, the first rookie in franchise history to win more than one player award. It was a great game last night. It had a little bit of everything, and we're expecting a little bit of the same here in game number 3. Do or die for both of these teams, who had fairly even regular seasons. Hat-Tricks finished with more points. Prowlers allowed fewer goals. Hat-Tricks scored more goals. And that all culminates in a Game 3 winner take all, and they'll face the Binghamton Black Bears in the Empire Division Finals, which get going next Friday. That will either be at McMorran Arena in Port Huron or here at the Danbury Ice Arena, Game 1 at the lower seed, as Binghamton carries home ice advantage throughout the season series. Hat tricks are being introduced to the ice in a couple of moments. But first, let's get some of the starters for the Danbury Hat Tricks. Last night, it was the veteran trio up front of Johnny Ruiz, Chase Harwell, and Jacob Ratcliffe. Tonight, Hat Tricks going with the Russians, similar to game one, Vasiliev, Bandurkin, and Frolov. And then you've got the experienced pair on the back end, Kyle Gonzalez and Xavier Abdella. And Connor McCullum makes his third start in as many days. A big bounce back performance from McCullum last night. 26 for 28, earned the victory. That after allowing 6 goals in game one at McMorran Arena. The third periods have really dictated this season series all year. You go back to February 14th, Valentine's Day in Michigan. The game was tied going into the third period. And the Hat Tricks ended up scoring 5 unanswered goals in that third period to win it 7-2. Fast forward to February 22nd. A 6-5 shootout victory for the Danbury Hat Tricks. The comeback variety trailed 4-1 after 40. Tied the game up in the opening 5:22 with 3 straight goals, 2 on the power play. Then Port Huron stepped in front. Hat Tricks would tie the game in the final minute 30 and then win it. In round 7 of the shootout, Gleb Bandurkin with the winner. Just 6 days later, on the 28th of February, it was the Prowlers winning in overtime and overcoming a third period deficit down 2-1 through 2. Ludwig Fellstrom had the game tying goal, and then Matt Graham in overtime, just 3:21 in. It was Matt Graham who won the game in overtime. On March 1st, you see the Hat Tricks and Prowlers played a bunch down the stretch. Saw each other 4 times in February and then once on the 1st of March. So you fast forward to March 1st, and again, it was a 3-2 final in overtime, but this time the Hat Tricks won it. That was the night where Kyle Gonzalez scored the game-winning goal in overtime after the Prowlers scored back-to-back in the third to earn a point in that game. And then, as we've spoken about throughout the last couple of days, Port Huron dominated the third period on Friday. Hat Tricks outscored the Prowlers 2-0 yesterday in the third period. And the team that's won period 3 has won their respective game. Hat Tricks special teams exceptional yesterday. Danbury 2 for 5 on the power play. They had back-to-back goals in the second period. Robinson, a minute 17 seconds after LaBelle had tied the game at 1, made it 2-1. Federley, with a power play goal of his own, tied the game. And then Vasiliev, the game-winning goal. 5:27 into the third period. Alexander Vasiliev gave the Hat Tricks the lead, and Danbury holding the Prowlers to just 6 third-period shots to secure the win. Hat Tricks are on the ice. The starting lineup is about to be announced here in Danbury. We'll give it to you again on your screen. It is the Russian trio, Vasiliev, Bandurkin, and Frolov. Abdella and Gonzalez on defense. And Connor McCullum is in goal. Vasiliev, 2 points through 2 games. Of course, that game winner yesterday. Bandurkin mentioned He paces the team, averaging 2 points a game up to 4, which is the team high, a goal and 3 assists. Vadim Frolov is yet to get on the scoreboard, but you know he'll be lurking around the net. Young physical winger who fits in extremely well with both Van Durken and Vasiliev. As I mentioned, the veteran D pair, Xavier Abdella and Kyle Gonzalez, who have combined for 4 assists through the first 2 games. Gonzalez tied for the team high with 3 after finishing the regular campaign with 24. Connor McCullum announced this is his 3rd start of the series. He's 1-1. The numbers skewed after allowing 6 goals in game 1. But a big bounce back yesterday, 26 for 24 for the co-MVP, Connor McCullum. It's now time for the anthem here at the Danbury Ice Arena, and for the 2nd straight night, it's Zach Demko.
Singing the national anthem tonight, please welcome our very own Zach Demko.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Well, folks, he has done it again. Zach Demko, who made his national anthem debut last night, resulted in a 4-2 hat-tricks win. Vasiliev, the game winner. He delivers again on Easter Sunday. The Rabbits are in action for a chance to advance to the 2nd round of the Commissioner's Cup playoffs for a date with the league-winning and reigning Commissioner's Cup champion, Binghamton Black Bears. Series tied at 1 apiece. Port Huron winning game 1, 6-3 at their place. Hat-tricks responding the following night, 4-2 winners. And now game 3, do or die. Hat-tricks starting the Russians up front with Gonzalez and Abdella on defense. The Prowlers going with Tucker Scantlebury, Jamie Bussell, and Vincent DeCumbis, the 3 forwards, with Ben Brockway and Tim Horgan on defense. Reed Cooper back between the pipes after winning game 1. And here we go, game 3, the winner on to round 2. Puck clanked off the near glass, trickling out to center, and vacuumed in by DeCumbis. A wrister gloved by McCullum. First shot, first save, 16 seconds in. And right off the jump, we pick up where we left off. Pushing and shoving after the whistle, and now a stick up high. We might get a penalty right off the jump. Van Durken took a stick to the face, lost his glove and stick, and now Tucker Scantlebury is being ushered to the penalty box. What a start to this game. He can't believe it. He's barking at the official. And if there's blood, assuming this is a high sticking call and not a rough, this could be a double minor to start the game. It will be a hat-trick's power play. Scantlebury is not in the penalty box. Referees are still discussing with Chris Paulin, who is the assistant coach, but the bench boss in the suit, with Matt Graham and Alex Johnson both playing for Port Huron. So just 16 seconds into game 3, and already we have a pause and a power play for Danbury. Just not sure how many minutes it will be and exactly what the penalty is. All we know is Van Durkin, after the whistle had blown, took a stick up high in the face. On the board, it's 5 minutes against Tucker Scantlebury. What an opportunity for Danbury to take control of this game early. Top unit on. Dylan Hullaby shielding in the right corner. To the back, LaBelle swings across Ruiz. Back to Ruiz. Left circle, walks in, shoots. Saved by Cooper with the blocker. Spits out for Harwell in the far corner. Climbs up the wall, gets a return from Ratcliffe. Low left, Ruiz, he shoots. Stopped by Cooper. It slipped out to the left point for Ratcliffe. And give for Harwell. Down low, Ruiz, backhander. And Cooper sealing off that left post. Ratcliffe tape to tape with LaBelle at the right point. He'll glide it down for Hullaby. Back to the point, LaBelle. Pass for Ruiz, tipped on the active stick of Austin Federley, Prowlers captain. Dylan Hullaby guarding the puck behind the net. Takes a spill and then a cross-check from Ben Brockway below the goal line. Prowlers clear the ice. 1 minute gone on the 5-minute penalty to Tucker Scantlebury, just 16 seconds in. Cross-checking, game misconduct for Scantlebury. That is a massive loss for the Prowlers. One of their agitators and big-time point producers gone for the game. Just 16 seconds in. Gonzalez keeps it at the right point. Feathers it for Woolley near half wall. Back to Gonzalez, across for Vasiliev. A give and go with Van Durkin. Low left, Frolov, return Vasiliev. Down the wall, centers Van Durkin, shoot, save, rebound, out to the far corner. A backhand clear by Decumbis, kept in by Gonzalez. It swung behind the net. Frolov took a tumble. He gets back up. Woolley at the right point, and the puck wobbles out to center ice. 2 minutes erased from the 5-minute major. Scantlebury gone for the game. Cross-checking, game misconduct. Right point, LaBelle, hat-tricks gain the line. Pass goes through the legs of Van Durkin and Bussell, soars it down the ice. This power play could work in 2 ways for Danbury if they capitalize. Huge momentum swing in their direction, but the Prowlers could get some energy if Danbury fails. Lot on the line early here in the first, not even 3 minutes in. Left point, Ratcliffe, pass down low, handcuffed Harwell. He has it back behind the net. For Ruiz, far corner. To the left point, Ratcliffe across, LaBelle shoots, and a glove stop from Cooper. He scoops it up like a first baseman. LaBelle a snapper from the top of the right circle. 4 shots for the hat-tricks so far on the power play. No goals. 2 minutes and 54 seconds gone by in period 1. Tucker Scantlebury gone from the game. Game misconduct 16 seconds in. He was engaged with Van Durkin and got his stick up high. Hat-tricks control off the face-off, but a clear all the way around the near glass travels behind Danbury's net. McCullum will leave for LaBelle. Prowlers penalty kill successful in the first 3 minutes of this 5-minute major. Last night the Hat-Tricks power play, 2 for 5. Low left Ruiz, he shoots, saved by Cooper with the shoulder. Once again, tight along that left post. Harwell angles for LaBelle. Across for Ratcliffe, return center point LaBelle. Backhand flick Harwell. The righty on the far half wall for Ruiz. He bobbles, gets it back. Low to high LaBelle. Back for Ruiz, one-timer and a shoulder stop from Cooper. Chicken wing that one, kept it out of the net. 1:20 on the power play. Right corner Harwell into the middle, blocked down, Ruiz shoots, score! Johnny Ruiz, welcome to the playoffs! 1-0 Hat-Tricks, 4 minutes in, a power play goal for Ruiz. His first of the series. And he starts the scoring, pinballed around near the left circle, right to Ruiz. And he punched it past an outstretched Cooper. 1-0 Hat-Tricks. The clear attempt was blocked by Ruiz. Redirected to Hullaby, who set up Ruiz at the left circle, and he snaps it past an outstretched Cooper. And Danbury takes a 1-zip lead. About 4 minutes into the first period, they still have 1:10 remaining on the Scantlebury Major. Hat-Tricks are now 4 for 11 on the power play in the series. Frolov surveys behind the net, centering pass blocked. Angle to the corner, Van Durkin. Up top, Vasiliev. Right circle, Woolley. Down low, elevated. Frolov gives it for Van Durkin. He'll set up Vasiliev, shoots, he fanned. Follow up in the slot, and the Prowlers clear.
And number 15, assistant captain, Chase Harwell.
McCullum leaves it for Gonzalez, second unit on. Danbury with a 1-0 lead. Johnny Ruiz set up by Hullaby and Harwell on the power play at 3:55. Prowlers successfully exit the zone, but it's Woolley zipping right in the high slot. Feathers one to Frolov in the left corner. Shoulders Bobby Price to the Prowlers. It's knocked down by Tyler Fox, and he'll blast it down the ice. So Danbury scores 1 goal on the Tucker Scantlebury 5-minute major. He was also assessed a game misconduct for cross-checking. And Danbury is in front. Here's Millette, right circle, has some room. Backhand shot trickled off his stick. In the far corner, it's Matt Graham. Lucas Lockney took a stick, potentially up high, and he drew a penalty. Frolov will definitely get a penalty. Slashing is the call.
Aspen Dental Smile Cam. Aspen Dental, over on 76 Newtown Road, by Texas Roadhouse.
The Prowlers with
See those pearly whites.
an opportunity to respond on the power play after Ruiz started the scoring at 3:55 from Hullaby and Harwell. It's 1-0 Danbury, 5:33 in, first period of game 3.
Charter Oak Brewing Company is a Connecticut-based craft beers brewery featuring handcrafted and innovative beers such as pale ales, lagers, India pale ales, brown ales, sours, and several seasoned, more robust beers. Pick one up at the Rabbit Hole here at the Danbury Ice Arena. Live pain-free with Danbury Chiropractic and Wellness. From adjustments to holistic treatments, we're here to help you feel your best. Book your appointment today. Wellness is just a call away. Raise a glass to locally crafted spirits at Litchfield Distillery. Handcrafted small batch whiskey, gin, and more. Visit our distillery today and taste the difference. Litchfield Distillery, batch by batch. Keep your business safe with R&R Protective Services. Expert security solutions tailored to your needs. Call us today for reliable protection you can trust. R&R Protective Services, your safety, our priority. Nothing beats an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Refresh your day with the classic taste everyone loves. Coca-Cola Northeast, bringing smiles and refreshment to your community. Products available at the Danbury Ice Arena.
Back inside the Danbury Ice Arena, Johnny Ruiz, the regular season co-MVP, with his first goal of the playoffs at 3:57. Prowlers looking for a response. A wrister is fought off by McCullum. Stefan Deasy making his return, was hurt against the Hat-Tricks with about a month to go in the regular season. And this is his first game back. It's even 4-on-4. Frolov slashing for the Hat-Tricks. Lockney got embellishment. So even it up. Prowlers do not get their first power play chance of the game. As we've played 6:15 in period 1, game 3, winner advances, losers, season is over. Harwell zips up the left wing around Simmons Fisher. Harwell, he tried to stuff it into the pad and it's stopped by Cooper. We've seen Harwell a couple of times try to pick the top right corner, up the left wing. That time did not elevate, and Cooper keeps it out. Lots of ice available at 4-on-4. Organ shoots, and a stick save by McCullum. Rebound pops out for Harwell, potential 2-on-1. Harwell, right wing, he shoots, save by Cooper. And the other way, it's Bobby Price. Behind the play though, a penalty. So they blew it dead. Prowlers had possession, and Port Huron a bit undisciplined in the opening 7 minutes. It was Scantleberry that cross-checked 16 ticks in, removed him from the game on the 5-minute major, and now it's Braden Simmons Fisher who two-hand chopped the stick out of Kyle Gonzalez's hand. And now Danbury has another power play. So they scored once on the 5-minute major. Ruiz, who had been held in check through the first 2 games, and he looks to get another one, and he does! He scores! Off the draw, that one-time bomb from the left circle. His second in the opening 7 minutes. 2-0 Hat-Tricks, both on the power play. Four-on-3 power play, right to LaBelle, set up Ruiz from his office, that left circle. He's got 2 goals in 7:04, and Danbury off to a dream start in the first period, game 3. It will remain 4-on-4. Just 5 seconds into the Simmons-Fisher slash. Johnny Ruiz makes him pay. Led the Hat-Tricks with 11 power play goals, tied for 4th most in the league during the regular season. Came in with 1 assist through 2 games. He's got 2 goals in 7:04 of the first period here today. The Hat-Tricks leader in every offensive category in franchise history, leading the way in period 1 in a survive and advance situation. Port Huron will try to get on the scoreboard here and cut the deficit in half. Reggie Millette at his pocket, picked by Gleb Van Durken. On the right wing, floats one middle, picked off. And off to the races is Brett Lockhart. He'll set up Bobby Price, who cuts middle, he shoots just wide. A slingshot from the slot, clanks off the end boards, and Danbury from left to right. It's Frolov chugging up the left wing, fends off Federley, puts it on goal, handled by Cooper. Tim Organ lost the handle to Van Durken of the Hat-Tricks. Van Durken poking at it. Pass to the left point, Pamela, and he shoots wide of the net. Pops off the end boards, Bedard activates right point. Down low, Vasiliev, centers blocked. It's free in the near corner. Bussell skips it down the ice. No icing, Prowlers makes some changes. McCullum steers it near side for Bedard. The drop for Robinson. Streaking in left wing. Robinson through the legs. Pass in front off a skate. Rebound. Newberg poking at it. Goes into the corner. Deasy. His clear. Kept in momentarily. Second effort. Does in fact leak out of the zone. Hattricks put it right back in. Robinson is thwarted at the line. And then Newberg will chuck it in. 11:20 remaining first period. Johnny Ruiz has both goals on the power play. 3:57, 7:04, 2-0 Hattricks. Robinson finishing his check on Deasy. Meanwhile, the puck in the hat-trick zone, free at the right circle. A whistle and another penalty. This time against the Hattricks holding on Xavier Abdella. Lucas Lockney drew it. And now Port Huron gets its first power play chance tonight and can cut into the deficit. Six combined penalties already. Hattricks already have 2 goals on the man up, and they clear off the defensive zone faceoff. Special teams have played a huge part in this game. Friday, the Prowlers scored twice on the power play and at a shorthanded goal. Yesterday, Danbury scoring 2 with the man up, and here tonight in the opening 7:04, 2 goals from Johnny Ruiz from the left circle. He gets cross-checked in the far corner. We play on. Ruiz racing after the puck. It trickles on goal and covered by Cooper. Ruiz, who led the FPHL in shorthanded goals during the regular season with 6, was causing some chaos near Cooper on that shorthanded opportunity. 35 seconds erased from the Abdella hold. We approach the midway point of the first period. Danbury is up 2. Easter Sunday elimination hockey from the Danbury Ice Arena. The Rabbits are looking to advance. Hattrick still short-handed, face-off in the Prowlers zone, far circle. Van Durkin tempted to win it forward. Instead, it squirts to Tim Organ for Port Huron, who quarterbacks this power play unit. Puck is fired across, off the boards. Deasy forces it closer to the Hattrick's end, but Frolov will loft it behind Cooper. Back to retrieve is Organ. He'll set up Price. Back in the Prowler zone. Port Huron through center. Poke checked away by Bedard. Organ will fist it in. LaBelle has plenty of time behind the net. Just hitting the midway point. First period, 2-0 Hattricks. LaBelle angles it off the far boards. Back into Port Huron territory. Prowlers trying to get on the board. Down 2-0. Johnny Ruiz welcoming himself to the 2025 Commissioners Cup playoffs in a big way. Port Huron coming in. Felt pretty good 5-on-5, but special teams really has dictated the terms in this series. Loose puck behind the Hattrick's net, and Kyle Gonzalez gallops out of trouble. Up the left wing, neutral zone. He'll sauce it in, and Alex Johnson took a penalty. Gonzalez was lugging the puck left side near the red line. Alex Johnson was applying the back check and slashing on Johnson. So that'll even things up for 5 seconds, and then the Hattricks go right back to the power play. We're at the media timeout, 9:12 left in the first period. Johnny Ruiz 2, Prowlers nothing in Game 3 of the Empire Division semifinals.
Need tickets for your next event? Tixter makes it simple to buy, sell, and manage tickets. Get your Hattricks tickets today at Tixter.com because every event starts with the right ticket. Need tools for your next project? Decker Tool Rental H.O. Penn has everything you need for DIY or professional jobs. Quality tools, expert advice. Rent with confidence at Decker Tool Rental. Cool off with a treat from Twister's Ice Cream Cafe. Delicious ice cream in every flavor imaginable. Stop by Twister's today and treat yourself to something sweet. Products available at the Danbury Ice Arena. Craving wings and good times? Head to TK's American Cafe. With the best wings in town and a fun atmosphere, it's the perfect place to hang out. Visit TK's American Cafe and try the Hat Tricks wings today.
Doug LaTuca back with you inside the Danbury Ice Arena. Hat Tricks over the Prowlers, 2-zip, 9:12 to go in the first period. This is the final game of this best-of-3 series in the opening round. Prowlers took game 1 in Michigan. Hat Tricks responding last night 4-2 the final score. And Danbury is up 2-0. Johnny Ruiz, both goals, both on the power play, and now Danbury, who's 2 for 2 with the man up, heads to the power play right now. Abdella released from the penalty box. Alex Johnson sits slashing as he whacked Gonzalez's hands through center. So Port Huron dumps it down the ice. Number 1 unit on, it's Josh LaBelle, who assisted on one of the Ruiz goals. Backhand sauce for Harwell. Up the left wing, he shoots. Out of the point, LaBelle, a clapper, gloved by Cooper. They pry for it behind the net. Harwell overskates, takes a hit, and the puck skitters out to center. Into the Danbury zone. McCullum will drop it off for LaBelle. Ratcliffe, Ruiz, Harwell, and Hullaby. The 5 black jerseys on the ice. Harwell enters on left wing. He'll rim it around. Ratcliffe waiting in the right corner. Drops for Hullaby through him. Simmons Fisher lays a shoulder. Centering pass Ruiz. Kicking at it. Out to Ratcliffe. Left circle. Ratcliffe will bring it back up top. LaBelle right point with 50 on the power play. Straight away Ratcliffe. For Ruiz. Top of the left circle. He'll cut middle. Low left. Harwell has space. Centering pass blocked by Brockway. And the Prowlers pound it down the ice. 35 left on the Johnson slash. About 7:40 remaining in the first period. Danbury looking for its 3rd power play goal of the frame. They enter on the right side, it's Woolley. He'll snow shower, dips it for Pamelayan, pass to the back off the skater Robinson. He'll whack it near half wall Pamelayan. Centers, Woolley, head fake, still has it. Low left, Vasiliev. To the back, Frolov drag, shoots, blocked. A foot race, Van Durken and Graham tied up. Both fall to the ice. It's free in the corner. Out of the box is Johnson. And the Prowlers punch the puck out to center. Behind the play, some barking at one another. Van Durken ramps the puck in deep. It's banked off the far boards and resulted in icing for Port Huron. I think Brian Parsons might have thought he was shorthanded because he ripped that off the boards, turned into an icing. Nobody was in the area. Prowlers were making changes. Hat Tricks 2 for 3 on the power play in this period. Prowlers are 0 for 1. And that, the difference. 14 shots for the Hat Tricks, 5 for the Prowlers in a 2-0 game. Just under 7 minutes, the reading on the clock. Off the face-off, Jamie Bussell chops it out to center. Gonzalez corrals for Danbury, and it's tipped in by Hullaby, who was pestered by Brian Parsons. A keep-in left point by Newberg, right onto the stick of Bussell, who will shovel out to center, but the Hat Tricks take possession back. Gonzalez for Robinson, into the zone, high slot Robinson, couldn't get around Parsons, who stood him up. From right to left, it's Bussell, nullified by Ruiz. Robinson laid a hit, and that'll be a penalty. Bussell took a spill in front of the Hat Tricks bench. Robinson nudged him. And Danbury's penalty kill, right back to work. Interference is the call. Both the referees, William Lyons and Justin Crawford, have been busy so far in this period. About 13 minutes into game 3. And we've barely played any 5-on-5 hockey. Hat-tricks prevail on a D-zone draw and clear the zone. Federally with Millette, Lockney, Johnson, and Graham for Port Huron. An opportunity to get back within 1. It's rimmed around, Millette stops it far half wall. He'll walk down, hits the brakes, climbs back up that right wall. Across Lockney, wrister blocked, back out for Lockney, and a diving effort cleared. Ruiz. Federally, tape to tape with Lockney. They enter right side of the line. LaBelle whacking at it. It's tied up at some skates. Clear attempt, friendly fire, and then LaBelle on the second effort punches it down. 2-0 hat-tricks, 5:15 to go in the first. Still 55 seconds to work with for Port Huron with the man up. Stefan Deasy streaking in. Right wing, dips to the inside, backhander over the net. Puck is stuck on the back of the net, squirts to the far corner for Price. Center point, Oregon, a battle in front. Here's Price, he shoots, miss wide. Pinballs out to center, Oregon to the near side. Lockhart back up top for Oregon. He'll let one go, and a glove save from McCullum. Braden Simmons-Fisher parked out in front. McCullum saw it and got the glove on it. Still 33 seconds left on the Robinson penalty. Hat-tricks up 2-0 as we're under 5 to play in period 1. Right here on the Hat-tricks Digital Network.
Your car deserves the best. Crossroads Car Wash keeps your vehicle looking fresh and clean, fast, affordable, and eco-friendly. Stop by today. Crossroads Car Wash, where a clean car is a happy car. Transform your yard with Yard Goats Landscaping. From lawn care to custom designs, we bring your outdoor vision to life. Call Yard Goats today and make your yard the envy of the neighborhood. Looking for a brighter smile? Stony Hill Dental Care offers expert dental services for the whole family. Schedule your appointment today. Stony Hill Dental Care, where your smile comes first. Get the best cuts of meat with Omaha Beef Company. Fresh, premium beef delivered right to your door. Taste the difference with Omaha Beef, where quality is always on the menu. Products available at the Danbury Ice Arena. Need reliable stormwater solutions? Coltech Inc. provides innovative water management systems for residential and commercial properties. Coltech, solutions you can count on, quality you can trust.
Game 3, winner advances, losers, season is over. Doug Latuca back with you inside the Danbury Ice Arena. Easter Sunday. Hat-tricks up 2-0 on the Prowlers, 4:46 left in the first period. Noah Robinson still in the penalty box for another 30 seconds. Prowlers set up in the zone, left point Lockney. Straight away for Federley, back for Lucas Lockney. He'll step middle, dish down low for Graham. Centers, Johnson leaves for Lockney. Across Millette, right circle, shoot, save. Graham tries to stuff in, and a glove stop from McCullum. Graham standing near that right post. It was Graham who ripped one under the crossbar earlier on this season from that same spot in overtime to win it for Port Huron. And it was that same spot on the 18th game 1 of this season series, this playoff series rather, where Johnson started the scoring in the third period on the power play for Port Huron en route to that 6-3 Prowlers win. That time, no elevation from Graham on the shot, and the Prowlers fail on the power play, 0 for 2 now. Robinson steps out of the box. Oregon enters left side of the blue line for Port Huron. Puck is fluttered back out to center by Bedard. Hat-tricks on the offense, 2-on-2. Hullaby touches towards the goal. Cooper out of the cage will steer it to the far corner. Millette for Port Huron. Around the net to the near side. He'll drag it away from Van Durken. Hits the brakes. Finds Brockway. Gets the red. His dump in blocked. There goes Frolov trying to lift his stick. Instead, Oregon steals the puck. Price will launch it off the far wall, out of the reach of Bussell, and an icing on Port Huron. Bring the face-off back into the Prowler zone. Hattrick shooting at the right net so far against Cooper. They've scored 2 goals on 14 shots. McCullum, 7 for 7 in the Hattrick's net. Second postseason win for McCullum yesterday. 26 saves on 28 shots. Hattrick's win a left circle draw. Vasiliev shot blocked out to the point. Bedard, Rester wide right, springs off the end boards. It's swatted away by Organ. And an outlet pass from Deasy misconnects. Bedard tosses in to the right of Cooper. Centered Van Durken, kicked out to the point by LaBelle. And Bussell for Price for Port Huron. He'll shoot in. LaBelle rims it around for the waiting Van Durken. Elevated pass, kicked down by Simmons Fisher into the zone. Fox for Port Huron, and LaBelle clanks it out to center. Simmons Fisher shoots in, shoulders Van Durken. A collision in the near corner. Fox wins the puck for Port Huron. Left point Parsons, far side Simmons Fisher. He shoots, right pad save by McCullum. Hattrick try to counter. Frolov flipping try, blocked by Parsons. Prowlers back in. Right wing, it's Fox. To the back, Parsons lost it. LaBelle softly trickles one towards goal, and Cooper will play it, no icing. Hattricks make full changes as we're under 2.5 minutes remaining in the first period. 2-0 Danbury. Giveaway at center. Federley, toe drag, free puck right circle. Simmons Fisher pounces on it. At the right point now, fresh off the bench, it's Lockhart at the circle. He'll jab it into the right corner. Behind the net, Graham looking for reinforcements, finds Millette off the bench. He shoots, blocked by Harwell. Left point, Johnson keeps it alive. Ramp down low. Graham tied up with Pamelayan, works free. He centers, Millette from the slot, scores! A rip from Millette off a broken play. He found it in the high slot and made no mistake over the right shoulder of McCullum. Prowlers are on the board. It's 2-1, 1:51 to go in the first. Prowlers won the battle in the left corner. And after a juggling puck found Millette, the righty sniped home. His 3rd goal of the postseason, had 2 in game 1 back at McMorran Arena. He is on the board here, and the Prowlers beat McCullum for the first time in the game, and they make it 2-1. Icing waved off. Robinson won the race against Bussell. Ben Brockway crunches Robinson in the corner. The Hattrick's winger still down. He gets back up to his skates, and the puck worked free. Price fails to clear. Hullaby sprinting after it. One hands it away from the reaching Brockway, but the Prowlers possess. It's Bussell sprinting out of the zone, left wing. He'll shovel it into the near corner. Robinson whacks it for Abdella. He'll backtrack behind the net. Final minute of the first period. Hattricks with the opening 2 goals. Ruiz, both of them on the power play, and the response from Millette at 18:09. Hattricks ice the puck here with just 56.7 on the clock. Millette from Lockney and Johnson at 18:09. Millette's 3rd goal of the series. Johnson with his first helper of the playoffs. And Lockney has 3 assists for Port Huron, 4 points. Face off at the right circle, Hattrick zone to the left of Connor McCullum. Reggie Millette against Josh Newberg. A tie up. Gonzalez comes away with it. His outlet intercepted. Lockney shoots, kick save, and the rebound just out of the reach of Millette. It's tapped out to center by Vasiliev. On it, Johnson for Port Huron. Vasiliev gets a piece of Graham. Meanwhile, the puck in the Hattrick zone, LaBelle. Cross ice for Abdella. A drop off Vasiliev to Woolley. He'll circle back at the left point. The Trailers Van Durkin up the right wing. He shoots, saved by Cooper, juggled, and he hops on top of it. A couple feet outside the blue paint. Just 24.3 left here in the first period. Hat-tricks have controlled the majority of the play. We have not seen much 5-on-5. Referees have been busy in the first period. Danbury making the Prowlers pay. It all started with a Tucker Scantleberry 5-minute major and a game misconduct for cross-checking Gleb Van Durkin in the face after the first shot just 16 seconds in. And it's snowballed since then. Millet's goal was even strength at 18:09. Bussell will take the face-off report here on Van Durkin for the hat-tricks. Vasiliev right behind Van Durkin. He has the puck. Back for Van Durkin. He shoots and a save by Cooper. Strong set play off the draw. Typically, it's Vasiliev who just shoots it. But instead, a little slip pass for Van Durkin, who got a good look. Van Durkin sandwiched in front of the Prowlers bench. And now some mayhem. Here we go. Van Durkin saw the hit coming, tried to prevent some further damage. Then Woolley jumped in. And now a punch thrown Vasiliev, double teamed. Fox wrapped him up federally with a left jab under the chin. Referees stepping in. Fox and Vasiliev are tangled up. Right in front of the Port Huron bench with just 3.6 remaining in the period. Looks like things have settled.
The official gym and training center of the Danbury Hat-Tricks.
Van Durkin is in the box for the Hat-Tricks. That is Vincent DeCumbis for the Prowlers. What an entertaining opening 20 minutes. We've got the goals, we've got the hits, we've had a lot of penalties. It was Van Durkin who was double teamed right in front of the Port Huron bench. You see his helmet is off there on your screen. Then he took a punch to the face from Morgan. Vasiliev double teamed, then a left swipe from Parsons. Ruiz and Federley will discuss with the referee. Hat-tricks are up 2-1. Ruiz with both goals on the power play for the Hat-tricks. Millet even strength at 18:09. Still awaiting the penalties. Van Durkin to the right side of the blue line, flipped it in, and then got sandwiched in front of the Hat-tricks, rather the Prowlers bench. It was Parsons and DeCumbis. And then Vasiliev got double teamed. Parsons, a busy shift for him, was in on the hit, then connected with Vasiliev in the face, and then jabbed Vasiliev under the chin. All right, we've settled it down. And it looks like the Hat-tricks are on the power play. So Danbury ends up with a power play. Final 3.6 of the period. We'll get the penalty after the faceoff. Out goes Harwell in Ruiz. Tries to win it forward. It's tied up and cleared. That's it. Well, that first period had a little bit of everything. Hat-tricks stepped in front by 2, used the power play to do it. Prowlers got one back at even strength. The penalties at the end of that period, Parsons and DeCumbis both got roughing. And Woolley, the same penalty for the hat-trick. So the extra 2 going to the Prowlers. Danbury will practically start the second period on a full power play. Only 4 seconds stripped off the clock. But a strong first period from the Hat-Tricks, who end up out shooting the Prowlers 16-11, outscoring them 2-1. And it's the first time in the series where the Hat-Tricks.
Fans, first off, the winner of the Song Challenge is Time of Our Lives by Football. Thank you all for voting. Once again, Pitbull, Time of Our Lives, winning the Song Challenge.
There'll be a t-shirt toss here inside the Danbury Ice Arena at the intermission.
Who wants a free t-shirt?
Second time the Hat-Tricks have led after one in this series. They did on Friday at McMorran Arena. And here they're up 2-1 in a must-win game. The winner will play the Binghamton Black Bears starting next week. Referees got heavily involved in that first period. There was a lot of chippiness. Not exactly sure what they had said to both teams before the game started. Trying to keep things in check. Especially everybody is on edge in a Game 3 situation. And Danbury benefiting on the power play in that first period. Hat-Tricks entered the game 3 for 10 with the man advantage. They score twice on a couple of opportunities and now have another crack at it when we start the second period. T-shirts flying around the building. Fans are into it on an Easter Sunday. 2 periods to advance. That seems like an eternity in this series. No lead has been safe, and it will ultimately come down to the third period, as it has all season between these two teams and all series. 2-1 after 1 period of play from Danbury in Game 3. We'll step out and then rejoin you for the second period. This is Commissioner's Cup Danbury Hat-Tricks playoff hockey on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network. Doug Latuca back with you inside the Danbury Ice Arena, downtown Danbury, Connecticut. The site for Game 3 of the Empire Division semifinals. The winner will face off with the FPHL champion Binghamton Black Bears, the reigning Commissioners Cup champs. They won the FPHL in the regular season, and they swept the Watertown Wolves in their first round matchup. Just a couple moments away from the start of the second period, Danbury with a 2-1 lead. 2 power play goals from Johnny Ruiz, his first 2 goals of the series, one at 3:57, assisted by Dylan Hullaby and Chase Harwell. And then about 3 minutes later, he got another one off the one-time feed. Josh LaBelle fresh off the draw. Ratcliffe also getting an assist. But Reggie Millette cutting into the lead at 18:09, an even strength goal. Lucas Lockney and Alex Johnson with the assists. Hat-tricks are 2 for 4 on the power play. Prowlers are 0 for 2. And Danbury still has 1:56 of the carryover Brian Parsons penalty. Teams flip sides, hat-tricks from right to left and right off the draw. Harwell bursting in on the right wing. He'll rim it around to the near side. Left point LaBelle, back for Ruiz. Handcuffed him a bit. It's chipped into the right corner. A foot race. Price smushed along the boards by Hullaby, and the Prowlers pounded off the near wall back out to center ice. Josh LaBelle, the lone defenseman on this top unit. Hullaby lost his stick. He'll dart to the bench and is replaced by Frolov. Harwell mishandled the puck. Federley shovels it down the ice. On goal, McCullum. He'll swoop it over the stick of Ratcliffe, who is near the far wall neutral zone. It's absorbed by Alex Johnson, and he slingshots it down the ice. 50 seconds into the second period, 2-1 Danbury. Still 1 minute to work with at 5-on-4. Easter Sunday, Game 3, winner advances, the loser is done. Right wing Zach Pamelayan gains the line, swipes one towards goal, redirected away by Johnson. Clear attempt, chested down by Gonzalez. He'll punch it into the right corner. Robinson reverses off the back of the net, centering pass, it's Van Durken. High slot gives off Gonzalez near wall. Left corner Vasiliev. He'll march down, back to Gonzalez, return Vasiliev. Centers Pamelayan, shoot safe, rebound, score! Gleb Van Durken, a rocket! The third power play goal of the game, and the hat-tricks are back up 2. .129 into the second. Gleb Van Durken found the free puck, right circle, and he clapped it over the glove of Cooper, who was arguing his case, thought he was interfered with. We saw an Alston Federley goal get overturned yesterday, which would have given the Prowlers the lead. Goaltender interference wiped it off. Port Huron hoping that the case here. If not, it's Van Durken's second goal of the playoffs, his first on the power play. And it would be point number 5 for the rookie Russian. Team leader in goals and points in the regular campaign. Offensive player and rookie of the year. Danbury Player Awards. First rookie in the franchise's history to win more than one. That shot, a big reason why. It was a fortunate bounce. The first shot pass was deflected, and it spit right out to Van Durken, who wasted no time and snapped it over Cooper. We have yet to see another look. That is because replay cannot be shown in the arena during a review. They look at it on the iPads. They'll have a view of the crease area, which is perfect for goaltender interference. And a decision will be made. I believe the Prowlers have to challenge it for them to look, unless the center ice official makes the call, which is what happened last night. It was not the referee in the zone. Instead, the call was made from center. This not the case here, so Port Huron forced to challenge, and they will do so in hopes of keeping this a 1-goal game. If they fail, they will be penalized, and the Hat-Tricks will go right back to the power play. If you're just joining us at the start of the second, we're 1:29 in. Gleb Van Durken appears to have Danbury's 3rd goal of the game. All 3 have come on the power play. Hat-Tricks are 3 for 4 if it stands. We will get a look at it once the referees make a decision. Again, replay cannot be shown. And no goal. It's waved off for goaltender interference. Deja vu to yesterday. This time it hurts the Hat-Tricks. So goaltender interference wipes it off. Hat-Tricks are still 2 for 3 on the power play, and now they've got to backtrack some time on that power play because Danbury still has the man up. So they'll plug away on the scoreboard, and then we'll drop the puck to resume. Hat-Tricks scored first in game 1. They lost 6-3. Prowlers got on the board first yesterday, dropped it 4-2. Hat-Tricks led this one 2-0. Millette got the Prowlers within 1 late in that first period. It's still 2-1, 27 seconds remaining on Brian Parsons' roughing call carried over into this period. Happened with just 3 seconds remaining in the opening frame. Free puck behind the Prowlers' net. It's whacked to the left point. Vasiliev keeps it alive. He'll flutter one below the goal line. Racing after it, Johnson. He'll crunch Pamelayan. Clear attempt kept in. Gonzalez, right point. Down low for Pamelayan, centers. Van Durken looking, gives Vasiliev. He shoots, saved by Cooper near the left post. Vasiliev looking for a crease, and Cooper shuts the door. Power play is over. So that overturned goal impacting things early on in this period. Prowlers had one taken off yesterday. Now the Hat-Tricks still up by 1. Thought they had their 3rd power play goal of the game instead. Goalie interference wipes it off. O-zone face-off. A scrum behind the net. It leaks out into the right corner, and Tim Organ for Prowlers. He gave it away to Robinson, who centers, blocked by Organ, who recovered on one knee. Newberg keeps it moving behind the net. It's Hullaby. Shielding, drops for Robinson. 2 black jerseys, 2 white in the left corner. Kicked along by Robinson. It's hemmed along that kick plate. Directly behind Reed Cooper, the netminder. Newberg angles it off the near board, stolen by Deasy. He'll drop it off for Fox, who sprints up the left wing, neutral zone, and he'll shovel on the backhand behind the Hat-Tricks net. Hullaby overskates, recovers, batted down by LaBelle. Has some room, indirectly for Harwell. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Harwell, right wing, he shoots! Saved by Cooper with the right pad. Millette looking for the lead to Lockney, out of his reach off his stick. Bouncing puck at center, Johnson up for Millette, they're offside. Lockney was near the slot area, tied up with a hat trick. Special teams and reviews, a big part of this series so far. A 1-goal game. The winner advances to the Empire Division Finals. A date with the Binghamton Black Bears. At the red line, Brian Parsons sends in. They're locked up in the right corner, skated free by Federley. Low to high feed kept in Parsons. Center point Simmons Fisher. Backhander flutters. It's free in the slot. Whacked it! And a save by McCullum. Somehow Bussell swept it on goal. And McCullum clogs it up.
Grab a referee and don't put your danger in. When you drink referee, remember, anything is possible.
Series is tied up 1 game apiece. Each team has won on its home ice. Prowlers finished the regular season 7 points behind the Hat-Tricks in the Empire. Off the draw, Lockhart shoots, deflected. It's behind McCullum, and they score. It's poked in near the right post. The Prowlers have scored back-to-back and have tied the game at 2. 3:27 into the period. It's all knotted after the Hat-Tricks thought they grew the lead to 2. Waved off because of goaltender interference. And then the Prowlers score their second goal of the game. And even the score. Game 3, round 1, has not disappointed. Here's a centering pass and they score! Oh boy! 2 straight goals from the Prowlers. Bang, bang. And Port Huron has the lead for the first time in this one. Tyler Fox getting the goal, his first to the playoffs. It was Graham at 3:28, and now Fox at 3:40. 2 goals, 12 seconds apart. 3-2 Port Huron. The fans here at the DIA are stunned. Hat-Tricks appear to have taken a 3-1 lead on the power play. It was waved off for goalie interference. And then goals from Graham and Fox have propelled the Prowlers up by 1. Hat-Tricks want the answer. Bedard shot blocked down in the slot. Skating it out is Parsons. He'll chip in charge, gets there first. Bedard picks his pocket and leads Hullaby up the far wall. Pinballs out to center. A crazy turn of events, reminiscent of last night, where the Prowlers thought they had taken the lead on the power play. Instead, it was wiped off for goalie interference, and then the Hat-Tricks ended up winning it 4-2, scoring 2 unanswered goals to finish it. Here tonight, 2-2 to enter the period. Hat-Tricks thought it was rather 2-1 Hat-Tricks entering the period. They thought they extended the lead to 2 on the power play goal, and Port Huron with 2 practically back-to-back have a 3-2 lead. A little more than 5 minutes played in the second period. Hat-Tricks still out shooting the Prowlers 19-14. Right corner, Gonzalez throws to the middle. Lockney takes it away, 2-on-1. Lockney over the left side of the blue line. He'll drag, shoot, glove save by McCullum, and no rebound. Well, the Prowlers have flipped this game on its head. Matt Graham at 3:28. 12 seconds later, Tyler Fox and Port Huron down 2-1 entering the period has stepped in front. 3-2, 5 minutes and 21 seconds into the second period. Game 3 from Danbury Ice Arena.
Need custom signs or graphics? Vision Designs brings your vision to life with quality printing and design services. Call Vision Designs today for all your custom printing needs. Need a plumber you can trust? Hope Plumbing offers fast, reliable service for all your plumbing needs. From repairs to installations, we've got you covered. Hope Plumbing, where your home is our priority. Hungry for a steak? Come to Texas Roadhouse for hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and more. Visit Texas Roadhouse today, where great food and great times come together. Drive in style with Todd Maserati, offering the latest Maserati models and top-quality service. Visit Todd Maserati today for the luxury car experience you've been waiting for. Raise a glass at Reverie Brewing Company. locally brewed craft beer in a variety of styles. Visit our tap room today and sip on something special. Reverie Brewing, where beer meets imagination. Products available at the Danbury Ice Arena.
Complete madness in Game 3, Easter Sunday from the Danbury Ice Arena. Hat-tricks entered the period up 2-1 on the power play. They thought they had their third goal, would have increased the lead to 2. Van Durkin at the top of the right circle. Challenged by Port Huron, successfully. Goaltender interference wiped the goal off the board, and the Prowlers getting 2 quickies, 3:28, 3:40. 12 seconds apart. Graham poking one past McCullum, and then Fox all alone in the slot, ripping one inside the post, and the Prowlers have their first lead of the game. 1-1 series, winner advances to the next round. We played 5.5 minutes in the second period. At the left point, Brockway shoots, trickles wide of the left post. Madness in front, stuff, try, stop, rebound! Oh, what a toe stop from McCullum! He denied Deasy. This one redirects on, and McCullum standing tall. Hat-tricks will skate it out right to left. Woolley, backhand sauce for Vasiliev on left wing, guarding the puck. Tried to slip it inside Price on the back check. Vasiliev has it again, takes a shove from Brockway. Free puck right corner, Bedard shouldered into the end boards. Vasiliev ripped down by Brockway. Meanwhile, the puck in the hat-trick zone. Dylan Hullaby to Josh LaBelle. An intense Game 3. Elevated pass past Van Durkin results in an icing on the hat-tricks. An incredible series so far. Port Huron dominated the third period of Game 1. Hat-tricks outscored Port Huron 2-0 in the third yesterday. Each team winning on home ice. Adds up to a Game 3 in Danbury. And a 3-2 Prowlers lead, 3 unanswered goals. Off the draw, Millette turns, shoots, redirects wide. Springs into the right corner, Robinson's clear attempt. Hops over the stick of Lockhart. At center ice, it's Robinson. Cuts middle, he shoots, ramps over the netting, off the wall, into the glove of Cooper after the whistle had blown. Looked like the hat-tricks had their third power play goal of the game. But the Prowlers challenging paid off, and they have stormed out in front. Graham and Fox. At the left point, LaBelle shovels it in. Bedard tried to keep, and instead it pops back into the hat-trick zone. Rolling puck settled down by LaBelle. He'll bank it looking for Hullaby. Instead, Jamie Bussell for the Prowlers forces it in deeper. Federally tied up with LaBelle, who poke checks it out of harm's way. Hullaby, right wing O-zone, shouldered by Parsons, centering pass redirected wide by Newberg, who draws into the lineup tonight for Corey Anderson. At the only change for the hat-tricks, Justin Movalli stays on defense for the hat-tricks with Zach Pamelayan. A kick pass, Ratcliffe at center ice over the blue. He'll tuck it in deep. Parsons for Port Huron will reverse course Simmons Fisher. Softly for Fox. Dangles around Ruiz. Up the left wing O-zone. Centering pass. Price chopped off of it. Fox still has it. High slot. Turnaround shot. Goes wide. The follow-up clapped wide by Lockhart, who was screaming towards the goal up the right wing. Ratcliffe will sauce it ahead. Diving effort from Harwell out of his reach, but no icing. Fox far half wall. Clear attempt, glove down, Ruiz shoots over the crossbar. Might have been deflected. Deasy sidesteps a check. Price one-on-one with Pamelayan, and a poke check from ZP. Loose puck near half wall. Price fumbled. A wrestling match in the hat-trick zone. Movalli comes over. The puck is in front of McCullum. Movalli didn't know where it was. He was trying to help out Pamelayan. Now he does have it behind the hat-trick's net. Shots are 20-18 hat-tricks, but the Prowlers with 3 straight goals have a 3-2 lead. Frolov engaging in the far corner with Brockway. It's worked out to center Graham. Touching it along for Lockney. Van Durken comes over and takes it away. Puck goes airborne. Poke check by Van Durken. Vasiliev to Van Durken. High slot. Fakes the shot at the circle. Van Durken around the net. Centering pass. It's free. In front. He shoots. Frolov stopped. Van Durken again. Glove save by Cooper. The whistle blew anyway. So it probably wouldn't have counted, but they blew the play dead. The right post is off the mooring. The first shot was legal. The second one probably also would have counted, but Cooper was flailing around in the blue paint, knocked off the net. So Frolov's third opportunity would have been called off. At the Hat-Trick's best shift since the Prowlers put 2 in the back of the net in the opening 3:40. Millette, Graham, and Fox, the goal scorers. The Prowlers have 3 goals. In about 6 minutes of game time. End of the first rather, and the start here of the second. Hat-Trick's looking for the equalizer. Newberg off the draw, put one on a left pad, stop from Cooper. A kick stop from Gonzalez nearly kept the puck in. Instead, it's a 2-on-2 battle. It allows a free exit for the Prowlers, who go to the bench and make changes after dumping in. Puck behind McCullum, again kicking off that end boards. With 11 minutes to go in the second period, Prowlers lead the Hat-Tricks in game 3 of the first round, 3-2. A centering pass, blocked down. Puck at the right point. Simmons Fisher for Port Huron. A pass out of the reach of Bussell. He gets to it. Up the far wall. Bussell swings it into the right corner. Federley knocked off the puck. Hullaby from right to left for Danbury. Softly, it kicked off a stanchion. Out the other way, it's DeCumbis. Centering pass picked off by Gonzalez. He'll lead the break. Through Robinson, not enough for icing. Braden Simmons Fisher for Port Huron. Errant pass, turned over. Right side of the red line, Bedard. He'll wheel it around. Harwell, the first one there, centers. It's Ruiz, he shoots, tipped wide. Harwell stuffed dry, kicked around, they're poking, they blow it dead. The puck was free, but they blew it. Referee lost sight. Ratcliffe had a second look on the left doorstep, which was kept out of the goal. It was a skate save by a Prowlers defender, and it remains Prowlers 3, Hat-Tricks 2. Things just starting to heat up from Danbury. 9:43 remaining in the second period, right here on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network.
Stay warm this winter with Mitchell Oil. Reliable heating oil delivery and expert service to keep your home comfortable. Call Mitchell Oil today for quality service you can trust. Treat yourself at Peach Wave of Bethel. Fresh frozen yogurt with endless topping combinations. Visit today and create your perfect dessert. Peach Wave, where the possibilities are sweet. Building something special? Kellogg Hardwood Lumber has the finest kiln-dried hardwood lumber for all your projects. From flooring to furniture, we have what you need. Visit Kellogg Hardwood Lumber today. From sports injuries to joint pain, Ortho Connecticut has you covered. Expert orthopedic care for every body. Call today to schedule your consultation. Ortho Connecticut, where movement matters. Looking for reliable waste management solutions? Oak Ridge provides efficient, eco-friendly waste and recycling services for businesses and homes. Call Oak Ridge today and simplify your waste disposal. Looking for the perfect place to work on your golf game? Head to Golf Ranch in Brookfield. With a covered driving range, lessons for all skill levels, and a fun 18-hole mini golf course, there's something for everyone. Get ready to tee off at Golf Ranch in Brookfield.
Doug Latuca back with you inside the DIA in Danbury, Connecticut. Hat-Tricks trailing the Prowlers 3-2 in a winner go-home situation. Hat-Tricks led this game 2-0. They've allowed 3 straight goals and trail by 1. Puck rimmed around, Millette muscles Bedard off the puck. Millette storming in, right side, sauces across, a shot, saved by McCullum. Lockney had a clean look, a back pass and a drive. Absorbed by McCullum in the crease. Alex Johnson, the trailer, let one fly. Right into the breadbasket of McCullum. It was 2-1 after one. Ruiz with both power play goals for the hat-tricks. Millette getting the Prowlers on the board. Van Durken's power play goal wiped off early in this period for goalie interference. And then Graham and Fox, 12 seconds apart, has supplied the Prowlers with a 1-goal lead. Off a left circle draw, hat-trick zone. It's punched out to center, right back into the hat-trick's end. Mo Valley will skate it to neutral ice, takes a hit, climbs up the wall and pokes it into Port Huron territory. Oregon will try to do the same. He flies one across ice. Deasy whacks it to Pamelaine, who kisses it off the far glass. Free at center, Van Durken on it for Danbury. He shoots, blocked, pops off the end boards, and trickles on goal. Cooper covers. Fox and Van Durken exchanging pleasantries after the whistle. Sets up an O-zone face-off for the hat-tricks. 3-2 the score, Prowlers in front. The winner advances to the second round. The loser will see its season come to an end. The first two games have been exciting. This one has been edge of your seat good throughout. Left circle face-off, Prowler zone. Squirts back for Parsons, who rims it around. Kept in right point by Mo Valley, and then batted out to center before Pamelayan chips it in on Cooper. Simmons Fisher for Port Huron. Rimmed it around, it's blocked. Centering past Van Durken. And getting back on defense was Parsons. Prowlers the other way. They gain the line. Bussell, right circle. He shoots. Airmailed the puck. Flanks off the back glass. Bussell chopping at it. Bouncing puck at neutral ice. Play onside at the left side of the blue line as it's sent in deep. Pamelayan, the lead for Van Durken. End of his shift. He'll scoop it off the far wall. Icing on the hat-tricks. Eight minutes and 3 seconds to go. Second period. Prowlers with a slight advantage. 3-2. Hat-tricks, 5 more shots than Port Huron. Lots of time left. On Easter Sunday, the Rabbits are looking for a Game 3 win to face off with the Black Bears in the second round. Puck is scooped into the right corner Prowler zone. Johnson outlets Lockney, who ramps in. McCullum will steer it down for Abdella behind the hat-trick's net. Gives it for his D partner Gonzalez. Backhands it up the boards. Johnson will trickle it back into the hat-trick zone. It's Abdella. As we dip under 7.5 minutes to go in the second. A shoot in. Gonzalez greets it in the right corner. Hopped over his stick. Brett Lockhart for Port Huron. Gets over the red line. It's touched in. Abdella stapled to the end boards by Fox. He kicks it to Gonzalez in the right corner. Up ahead, Harwell. And he'll bank it off the glass. Picking for it is Harwell. Hullaby's lead, taken away by Price. Gets around Harwell. Ice opens up. Here's Price. He shoots and scores. There was a collision at center. The seas parted for Bobby Price. He picks the top left corner. The Prowlers have scored 4 unanswered goals. 3 here in the second. And they lead the hat-tricks 4-2 with about 7 minutes to play in Game 3 of the opening round. Bobby Price with a snipe, his second goal of the playoffs. Had the shorthanded goal in Game 1 to get the Prowlers on the board en route to their 6-3 win. And here, he's grown the lead to 2. Physicality has allowed the Prowlers to get to their game. And they've been opportunistic scoring 3 straight here in the period, 4 in a row, going back to the second. And ever since that overturned goal, which would have made it 3-1 Danbury, the hat-tricks have stumbled. Prowlers ice the puck with 6:31 left in this period. Well, if there's one thing that we found out in this series, you'll have to wait for the third period to decide a winner. It seems like right when one team is going to pull away, the other claws its way back into the game. Right circle draw, Prowler zone. Back to the right point, Bedard shoots, deflected, save by Cooper. The reflexes from Cooper, he stuck out the right pad and covers. Bedard just getting the puck towards the net, and Cooper standing his ground. Ruiz, Ratcliffe, and Harwell up front. Bedard and LaBelle man the blue line. Graham for the face-off against Ruiz. It's clogged up along the far half wall. Kicked at by Harwell, double team. Now Ratcliffe joins. Harwell centers for Ruiz. Slap shot, blocked into the netting. Thought he had a little bit more space, but Millette was right in his pocket. So we'll do it again from the right circle. Cooper tonight, 2 goals on 25 shots. Right point shot, Bedard, never got through. Another block in front. Here comes Millette. Zipping up the right wing. He'll shoot in. Lockney gets there along the far half wall. Bedard's clear, helped out by Ratcliffe. Chipped on by Ruiz. Johnny Ruiz against Lockhart. He's knocked off the puck. Johnson out to center, tipped by Graham, but has the legs for icing. So you bring the face-off all the way back into the hat-trick zone. The clock on the big board says 6:15. It looks like 25 seconds just did not go off the clock. It appears that they never started the clock. So 5:50 on our clock, but we're gonna play with 6:10 on. Kicks off the end boards, Van Durkin. Spins it into the near corner. Johnson pitchforks it up the wall. LaBelle jockeying for it, and it leaks out of the zone. LaBelle right back in with Vasiliev. Up the near wall, a slip pass intercepted by Lockney. Now we're at 5:50 on the clock here in the second period. Puck skitters into the hat-trick's end. Frolov tape to tape with Van Durkin. Right wing, neutral zone. Shoulders off Price, and his pass just out of the zone. Vasiliev was at the right side of that blue line, and it turns in to an offside. Bobby Price, who in the regular season played just 6 games out of college, had 8 points, 4 goals. Had a big goal on Friday to give the Prowlers life. Started their 6th straight goal stretch in that 6-3 win, and then here tonight, he's grown the lead to 4-2 after Matt Graham poked home, rather Tyler Fox wristed the go-ahead goal. Newberg from a sharp angle, gloved by Cooper. The goals, Ruiz twice on the power play, 3:57 and 7:04 the first. Then Millette late in the opening period at 18:09, even strength. Graham, Fox, and Price, 3:28, 3:40, 12 seconds apart, and then 13:01. 4-2 Prowlers, 5:23 remaining. Left circle draw, Port Huron zone. Newberg wins it to the near boards, one-handed by Pamelayan. Federley is clear, blocked down by Newberg. Federley persistent, and to lug it out of the zone. Steps over the red line, puts one on goal, and a glove stop from McCullum. He'll leave it for Justin Movalli. Veteran defenseman from behind the net. Near side, Pamelaine swings it across for Robinson. Enters right side of the zone. Cross corner dump. Hullaby dropping it off. Gave it away. Out to center it goes. Robinson pounds it back in. We're under 5 minutes left in this second period. A 2-goal game. Prowlers in front. Winner goes to the second round. Ruiz galloping in. Left wing. Soft pass. Taken away by Brockway and clanked off the near glass. Rolling towards McCullum, cutting it off Gonzalez. He finds Harwell, connecting with Ruiz. Right up the gut, tipped it. Cooper swats it near side. Ruiz, turnaround shot save, rebound, score! Jacob Ratcliffe in the right place at the right time. Punches it inside the right post. Hat-tricks are back within one. Cooper gave it away in the near corner. Ruiz turned and fired. Cooper recovered with a stick save, but it squirted out to Ratcliffe, who fisted it past the glove of Cooper. And the Hat-tricks are back within one. They've stopped the Port Huron goal stretch. It ends at 4 unanswered. And now Danbury tilts the scales a little bit. Still down by 1. It took the Prowlers 12 seconds to score back-to-back earlier in this period. The Hat-tricks will try to match. Still 4 minutes remaining in this period. 1-goal game. At the left point, it's Johnson for the Prowlers. Centering for Fox, giving away Vasiliev. Outlet out of the reach of Woolley. Trickling on goal. Cooper will cover. Won't take a chance. After he shot it into the left corner, Ruiz swinging one on goal, and Ratcliffe right there to pot it. Final time out of this period, 3:47 on the clock. Hat-tricks are back within 1. Jacob Ratcliffe, the goal is second of the playoffs. Game 3, winner to the second round. Plenty of hockey left on the Hat-tricks Digital Network.
Hat-tricks fans, are you hungry? Caroluzzi's Markets has the best sub shop and the best selection of chef-prepared meals for easy dinners. Caroluzzi's is your one-stop supermarket for all your grocery needs and so much more.
Craving something sweet? Crumble Cookies in Danbury has the freshest, warmest cookies around. With new flavors every week, there's always a reason to treat yourself. Visit Crumble today. Products available at the Danbury Ice Arena.
Hey Hat-tricks fans, for a comfortable stay with great amenities, the only choice is the La Quinta by Wyndham in Danbury. Ask for the Hat-tricks friends and family rate. You can't beat it. La Quinta.
Get back to feeling your best with Hat City Physical Therapy. Personalized care for every body and every injury. Call today to start your recovery. Hat City Physical Therapy. Your health is our focus. Fairfield County Bank is the official bank of the Danbury Hat-tricks. It's where the Hat-tricks bank and the tellers wear the Danbury Hat-tricks top hat. Fairfield County Bank is the hometown bank of the Danbury Hat-tricks and are proud to support their hometown team.
Back and forth we go. Hat-tricks led this game 2-0. It was then tied at 2, trailed 4-2, and Ratcliffe with the most recent goal for Danbury off the Reed Cooper turnover. At 15:41, Danbury back within 1 goal. Winner-go-home matchup on Easter Sunday from Danbury. Off the defensive zone face-off, the Prowlers clear the zone. Bobby Price on the right wing. They'll flutter one behind the net. Getting there first is LaBelle. Jab it up the near wall. Stolen away. Vasiliev batting at it. Keep at the right point. In the near corner, it's LaBelle. Will go to D for Bedard. Tough hop over his stick. LaBelle back on it in the right corner. Pestered by Lockney. Takes a shove. Connects with Van Durken. Touch to Woolley. Woolley cuts middle. Pass to the trailer. Bedard hopped his stick. Parsons punches it out to center. Trickling towards the line. Icing waved off. Pamelaine in the right corner. He'll air one out for Hullaby right off the bench. At the right side of the blue line, it's Robinson. Shoots in. Hullaby racing after it. Simmons Fisher wins. Right point, Pamelaine keeps it alive. Cuts middle, shoots. Pops in the air over the net. Off the end boards. A Four-man scrum in the corner. Mo Valley lifted Federley's stick. Loose puck in the corner. Kicked around. Hullaby smearing Parsons. And Bussell will scoop it out to center. Corralled by Pamelayan. Clanks it off the glass. Simmons-Fisher right back up that same wall. Pamelayan lunging at it. Puck squirts out for Hullaby. Hat tricks from right to left. Robinson on right wing. Harassed by Federley on the back check. Newberg forces it in deep, but it's Tyler Fox for the Prowlers. Brockway over the red, over the blue. Left wing, he shoots right into the belly of McCullum, and no crumbs. Hat-tricks clearing the crease once again. 1:56 on the second period clock in what is turning out to be an all-time classic. Hat-tricks and Prowlers, opening round series, knotted at 1. Game 3 will decide it. On an Easter Sunday, back and forth we've gone. Left circle face-off in the hat-trick zone. It's Fox against Ruiz. Hat-tricks win it, but getting there is Price in the far corner. He'll chuck it down low. Gonzalez pitches it to the near half-wall D-zone. Harwell sidesteps a check and leaves it for Gonzalez. Back to Harwell. Maneuvering through center. He'll shoot in. It was blocked. At the far side, DZ couldn't clear. A keep in, far half wall, Harwell jams it. Right corner, Ruiz, he shoots, saved by Cooper. And the rebound plops down for the cover. Every time Johnny Ruiz touches the puck, you feel like he's gonna light the lamp and this place is gonna explode. This not near a normal playoff crowd, but with the holiday and the circumstances, that is just the reality. Still a loud crowd, that horn, and some loud screams whenever that puck goes into the net. 1 goal, Prowlers lead, centering pass, Ratcliffe shot stopped by Cooper. They're poking at it, the whistle blew, and it will set up another O-zone draw. Ratcliffe almost had his second straight goal to tie the game. This top line taking over for the hat-tricks. It's pretty remarkable. Every time one team appears to be outplaying the other, a switch flips and the other team decides it's time to light the fire. Right now, the hat-tricks are controlling play. Harwell off the draw, shoulders Johnson off the puck. It's free, kicked out of the scrum by Johnson, up the near wall for Millette. Millette, elevated pass, Price gets there, leaves it for Millette. Right half wall, O-zone. He feathers it into the corner, centering pass for Price, clanks off a skate. He'll pound it to the near side. It's Fox, now in that left corner. Harwell all over him. 40 seconds to go in the period. 4-3 Prowlers. 2 black jerseys, 2 white. Abdella on the outer circle, and it's worked free by Port Huron. At the left point, a shot, never got through. Gonzalez up ahead for Ruiz. He'll wipe it to Ratcliffe, who fires it in. 15 seconds left in the period. Free puck in the near corner. Fox lofts it out to center, through Robinson, across the ice, picked off Bedard. Final 5 of the period. Bedard shoots, blocked, the follow-up off the glove of Cooper, and that's it for the second. Noah Robinson letting go a rocket from the high slot. And it grazed off the mitt of Reed Cooper. An incredible Game 3 and one final period of regulation might decide this. The goals in the period, which started out 2-1 hat-tricks, It was Matt Graham at 3:28 of the second period. Right after Gleb Van Durkin's power play goal was wiped off the board for goaltender interference. Matt Graham poking home the rebound near the right post with McCullum sprawled out, tied the game up in 2. And then 12 seconds later, a stunned Hat-Tricks team allowed Tyler Fox loose in the high slot. He wristed home the go-ahead goal at 13:40. DZ and Oregon the assists. The Prowlers would grow their lead to 2. About 10 minutes later, Bobby Price's second goal of the series, but Jacob Ratcliffe off the Cooper turnover, the goaltender came out of the net, and Ruiz swung it towards the goal, and Ratcliffe cleaned up the mess in front. Made it 4-3 with 15:41 of the period. And the Hat-Tricks 1 goal down with their season on the line. Our TK center ice shot to give every fan in attendance 5 free wings at TK's American Cafe. His first shot, well wide. Second effort for the Wings. That one's got a little more mustard, but he missed it wide left.
All right. Let's hear it, everybody. Hunter.
Here we go, Hunter. What do you say now, Hunter? Third time's a charm. Let's go. Oh, boy, he pushed it. Oh, boy.
No, you're not ready to give up yet.
Can't give up yet. Let's go, Hunter. Problem is, we don't have all day. Want to get to the third period. It's a playoff game here. Let's get this moving. Hunter, he's got it. Hunter scores, so does everyone in attendance. 5 free wings from TK's American Cafe on White Street. Over 70 different wing flavors, perfect spot to watch your favorite sporting event. It is the Todd Maserati Alfa Romeo of Danbury Chuck a Puck. Here we go. I got my pucks up here. 125, 545, and 4,200. I will try to sink a puck for the first time all season. I would say it's a nearly impossible feat, but hey, the 2025 Commissioner's Cup playoffs are a roller coaster, and you just don't know what's going to happen. So we're going to go from lowest number to the highest number we've got. We're going to start with 125 from all the way up here in the broadcast booth. We're going to fire away our first chuck-a-puck shot. That was a much better effort than last night. Just a little left. Had some good height and good velo. Now it's 545. From all the way up here, 545. Bouncing just off to the right. All right, Sam, what do you think? 4,200. 4,200. It's got to be nearly perfect from up here. This is almost a brand new puck, too. Beautifully done. DPS, Diversified Printing Solutions, sponsoring these foam pucks. 4,200 from all the way up here. The throw on the way, bouncing just off the mark. We're in the vicinity of it, but nothing to show for it. Sometimes you go to the dirty areas and you just don't have anything to record in terms of points, so that's just been the case with Chuck-a-Puck up here in the booth. Always a ton of fun. Really hoping we can extend it to the second round. Empire Division semifinals up next for one of these teams. The Binghamton Black Bears are waiting. They took care of the Watertown Wolves. Game 1 scare was avoided. A 1-goal win on the road. And then last night, they shut out the Wolves 4-0. They allowed just 15 shots, and Connor McAnanima was spectacular in that one. So we'll list off the prizes
All right, we have 3 winners
for the Chuck a Puck. Looks like 3 winners for the cash prize in the middle of the ice, $200 cash prize. Oh, that's a power puck, so double your prize. Good for you. Love to see it. Couple of winners, always an exciting time at the second intermission. 2 winners for the cash prize. Hat-tricks are trying to cash in on a strong third period. They're down by 1, and it's do or die for the Danbury Hat-tricks in the final 20 minutes of regulation. We'll step out, come on back for the biggest period of the season. Hat-tricks down by 1 to the Prowlers in Game 3 of the FPHL quarterfinals. This is Danbury Hat-tricks hockey on the Hat-tricks Digital Network. the biggest 20 minutes of the season, win the period, and advance to the second round. If not, the season will end. Prowlers up 4-3 over the Hat-Tricks in the third and final game of the opening round series. It has been topsy-turvy, back and forth. Hat-Tricks had a 2-0 lead. 2 goals on the power play from Johnny Ruiz at 3:57 and 7:04 in the first period. But then the Prowlers rattled off 4 consecutive goals. One at the end of the first from Millette, then Graham and Fox scoring 12 seconds apart from each other at 3:28 and 3:40, followed by Bobby Price at 13:01. That gave the Prowlers their largest lead of the game, 4-2, but Jacob Ratcliffe cleaning up the mess in front off a Reed Cooper, the goaltender, giveaway in the left corner. Ratcliffe tucking home Danbury's 3rd goal, and it's got them within 1. This the only game on the schedule of the FPHL today, the 2025 Commissioners Cup playoffs. Round 1 concluded in 3 of the 4 series. The Black Bears have advanced. They are waiting on the winner of this series. In the Continental, the Carolina Thunderbirds, the #1 team in the Continental Division, will square off with the Columbus River Dragons, who upset the #2 Athens Rock Lobsters 2-1. River Dragons won the first game on home ice, and then split with the Rock Lobsters in games 2 and 3, winning the most important one to keep their season alive. So this is the only game on the schedule, and the Hat-Tricks are just trying to take control here in the third period. It's been a series determined by period number 3. Go back to yesterday, 2-2 entering the third. Alexander Vasiliev, the game-winning goal in the high slot. He sniped it past Valtteri Nusiainen. That made it 3-2. Gleb Van Durken, the empty net goal, resulted in a 4-2 final score. The night before, game 1 of the series, Prowlers 6, Danbury 3, thanks to 4 third-period goals. Again, we entered the period tied at 2, and then the Prowlers got rolling and took control of the game. Used special teams to do it. They had 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal. Last night, the Hat-Tricks capitalized twice on the power play. Here tonight, the Hat-Tricks are 2 for 4 with the man up. Prowlers are 0 for 2. Refs put the whistle away a little bit in that second period after a very active opening frame. Well, it all comes down to this one. Yesterday, there were nerves. There was anticipation of what could be next. Danbury got the job done in front of a packed Danbury Ice Arena. Today, a lesser crowd due to the Easter holiday, but the Rabbits are trying to rip their way into the second round in front of the Danbury faithful, the die-hard crowd. Hat-Tricks in the black jerseys take the ice. Second consecutive game on home ice. Third in the last 3 days for both of these teams. Connor McCullum making his 3rd straight start. So far, 4 goals allowed on 22 shots. Reed Cooper in the other net has stopped 26 of 29. This is it. The Hat-Tricks need their best period of the year to keep the season alive. Prowlers up 4-3, entering the final 20 of regulation. Buckle up, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed your Easter feast and are now settled in on the couch for some third period, game 3 playoff hockey. Danbury from left to right. They'll shoot towards the right goal, and let's do it. Prowlers possess off the face-off, lead pass Lockney's tip in was blocked. He got it back on his stick and shovels it into the right corner. Retrieving for the hat tricks, it's Xavier Abdella. Using the net as a shield, he'll leave it for Gonzalez in the corner. Rimmed around for Vasiliev, skate to stick. Almost lost it to Lockney, but Van Durken feathers across Frolov. Right up the middle, Gonzalez tipped off of his stick as he tried to split the defense. Getting back was Brett Lockhart. A tie up in the corner. Van Durken all the way across for Vasiliev. Scoops it up near half wall. Vasiliev dropping for Gonzalez. And the puck clanks out to center ice. Abdella backtracking in the hat-trick zone. Frolov swiping it for Vasiliev. Left wing, softly for Ruiz. Tipped out of the zone by Tim Organ, the Prowlers D-man. Ratcliffe will chip it in. Turned over, Deasy at the red line. Price trying to start the rush. It's Deasy out to the neutral zone. And a backhand loft settled by Ruiz. Long outlet off the skate of Ratcliffe, right side of the blue line. He'll tuck it in, but Organ fires it across the ice. Received by Fox on the right wing. Fox shoots, missed the target. Wheels around, kept in left point by Brockway. Stolen by Ruiz. Headband for Harwell galloping up the left wing. Around Federley. Harwell shoots, save off the pad of Cooper. Ratcliffe, low to high, LaBelle shooting wide. Pinching in right point, Bedard. His shot blocked in front, backhander stopped by Cooper. Harwell all alone in the low slot. Backhanded one off the pad of Cooper. McCullum comes out of the net. 2 minutes into the third period. Prowlers clinging to a 1-goal lead in a do-or-die game 3. Millette will tap it in. McCullum out of the net, talking with LaBelle. Hard off the far boards. Millette had it. Prowlers called for a penalty. Braden Simmons-Fisher, a high stick. He got Dylan Hullaby, who might have just picked up a chiclet, off of the ice. Depending on the severity, yes, he is handing over one of his pearly whites on the bench. And 2 minutes and 8 seconds into the third period with the hat-tricks down by 1. A power play opportunity for a unit that struck twice on 4 previous opportunities. It's a double minor, blood drawn. Hat-tricks can tie it. Right point, LaBelle. Straight away, Ratcliffe. He'll walk the line. LaBelle across for Ruiz, who already has 2 power play goals. Far half wall. Up top, Ratcliffe, give and go. Low left, Harwell. Right back to Ruiz. Head up, he turns, shoots, blocked, rolling in the slot, and cleared by the Prowlers. So Simmons-Fisher whacking Hullaby in the face, and Danbury, golden opportunity to get even. Not even 3 minutes into the third period. The puck is shot out of play, they say deflected. If not, would have been a delay of game, which would have set up a 5-on-3. Instead, still 5-on-4 for the hat-tricks. Trying to keep their season alive. Section 102 getting into it. Left circle draw, still 3:24 to work with the power play on the double minor. Hat-tricks win the draw. At the left point, Vasiliev down the wall. To the center point, Pamelayan. Near side, Woolley. Across for Vasiliev. Walks in, feeds Frolov down low, centering pass. Van Durken swinging at it, it's free. Vasiliev, backhander save, rebound poked at, it's free behind the net. Matt Graham for the Prowlers will hurl it down. Scramble in front, and Reed Cooper shuts the door. 1 minute gone off the 4-minute double minor. Pamelayan slithering through center, lost the handle, and again, Port Huron soars it down the length. Shots are 31-23 hat-tricks. We've played 3.5 minutes in the third period, and the hat-tricks awarded this power play off the high stick. Van Durken zigzags into the zone, dropping left side, Vasiliev. Down the wall Filters up top, Frolov for Vasiliev, left corner. Back for Frolov, at the circle, he shoots, it's blocked, right back to him. Low left Vasiliev, centers Van Durkin, clogged up. It springs to the far corner. Van Durkin at the point. Left corner, Frolov around the net, centers, redirected out to the point. Hamalayan for Frolov, across Van Durkin, stepping in, into the middle, Frolov knocked off the puck. Hamalayan shoots, never got through, and the Prowlers hammer it down. 1:45 left. Prowlers have killed the first of two on the double minor. 4-3 Port Huron, 4.5 in to the third. Here's Harwell breaking in, pass in front, Hullaby missed the net, out to Ratcliffe. Pass for Harwell, just wide, had an open net. Up top, LaBelle shoots, saved by Cooper. Puck in the corner, and Oregon pitchforks it out of the zone. Hat-tricks with two glorious opportunities, and they miss the net. Still 1:15 left. LaBelle over skates, he regroups. Hullaby bursting in right wing, he shoots, saved by Cooper. Rebound, Ruiz sweeps it wide. Hullaby in front. To the left circle, Ratcliffe. For LaBelle, he'll snap it along the far boards. Harwell one-handing it, center point LaBelle. To Ratcliffe, left corner Harwell. Pass down low, read by Johnson. He spins behind the net, gets to the loose puck, can't clear. Ratcliffe for Ruiz at the circle, he shoots, saved by Cooper. Rebound, whacked at, covered. There's the whistle. 41 seconds left. Prowlers surviving on this kill, holding this 1-goal lead. 5 minutes and 27 seconds melted off the third period clock. What a game. Winner moves on. Nowhere else should you go for the rest of this game. We'll take a quick break and come back on the Hat-Trick Digital Network.
When legal matters arise, trust Chipman, Mizuko, and Emerson. Expert legal guidance for businesses and individuals. Your case matters. Let us help you with personalized professional service. Keep your car running smoothly with Dowler Garage. From maintenance to repairs, trust our experts to get the job done right. Visit Dowler Garage in New Preston today. Service you can depend on. When disaster strikes, Paul Davis is here to help. From fire and water damage to mold removal, we provide fast and reliable restoration services. Paul Davis, restoring your peace of mind. Need tickets? TicketSmarter makes it easy to find and buy tickets for concert, sports, and more. Visit TicketSmarter.com today and get the best seats in the house. Frustrated with your business's sluggish tech? Advanced Computer Technologies is here to help. From IT solutions to cybersecurity, we've got you covered. Call us today and keep your business tech on track towards the future.
Hat-Trick's giving it everything they have. 14 and a half to play here in the third period. Game 3 decides who advances to the next round. Prowlers up by 1. Hat-Trick still with 30 seconds remaining on the double minor high sticking that has Simmons Fisher in the box. Harwell swerves in on Oregon, hits the brakes to the back LaBelle, right point Ratcliffe. Back to LaBelle, center point, Ruiz one-timer, saved by Cooper. The Hat-Tricks had the look. They had Ruiz from that left circle, and Cooper comes up large. Ruiz beating Cooper from that same spot twice in this game, once on a one-timer, and this time Cooper wins the battle. Power play is over. Prowlers kill off 4 minutes and still hold the 1-goal lead. About 6:20 in to this third period. Reggie Millette, right wing O-zone, swings middle, taken away Woolley. He'll charge right up the middle, over the center ice logo, gives for Robinson, right wing, shoots, steered away. Springs out to center ice for Matt Graham, 3-on-2 for the Prowlers. Millette drops for Graham, he shoots, save, rebound, clanks off the stick of McCullum. Hat-tricks from left to right. It's Woolley stepping over the blue. He'll rim it around. Simmons Fisher, who just served that 4-minute double minor. Up ahead, it was ramped in, but an icing. Prowlers made contact with the puck in front of the red line for the face-off back in Prowlers territory. Doug Latuca, delighted to be with you. Third period action in the most significant period of the year. Prowlers took a 4-2 lead in that second after trailing 2-0. Ratcliffe bringing the hat-tricks back within one. Couple of notes, Tucker Scantlebury gone from the game just 16 seconds in. The major penalty and misconduct, another icing on the Prowlers, so Tucker Scantlebury, a big piece of the puzzle for the Prowlers, practically missing all of game 3, and the hat-tricks appear to have taken a 3-1 lead early in that second. Prowlers challenged for goalie interference successfully, and then they went on to rattle off those 3 straight goals. Left circle draw, Prowler zone, right back to Vasiliev. He winds, fires, it's blocked. LaBelle's second effort. Left corner, Van Durken. Behind the net, Frolov for Bedard. He walks, shoots, save Cooper. Rebound off the far wall. Into the corner, kicks off the kick plate. LaBelle forcing it on goal, trickles towards Cooper, and he covers it. Meanwhile, it looked like Vasiliev took a stick up high, and he's rolling around on the ground. Adrian Dembeck coming over to take a look at him. It was Vasiliev. Oh, wow, he took a whack right to the face. Oh, that stick hit him right in the face. And again, it was Simmons Fisher. Wow. He had just served the 4-minute penalty for high sticking, and then he whacks Vasiliev right in the mouth. Blood drawn. It would have been another 4-minute power play for the hat-tricks, but the referees did not see it. It was somewhat behind the play. Near the right post, Vasiliev was peeking out in front, and Simmons Fisher connected stick to face. Remains 5-on-5. 12:39 to play. Game 3, Empire Division semifinals. The winner advances to play the Binghamton Black Bears. Hat-tricks trying to avoid a first-round Game 3 loss for the second consecutive year. Champions of the league in 22-23. Face off at the near side circle. It's Tyler Fox against Josh Newberg. Newberg wins it, but they'll redrop. Shots are 36-24 hat-tricks. Talk about leveling up your play. That's what the hat-tricks have done. Here in the third period, they just have not solved Cooper. 12 shots in this period. Fox for the Prowlers, lifts it out to center, and it's tipped out by Federley into the owner's box alongside TK's corner. All eyes on this deciding game. The other 3 series have been decided. The Continental Final will be Columbus and Carolina. Binghamton looking on to see who it will face in the second round. Game 1 is most likely Friday for both these teams. Hullaby sprung on the left wing, tried to force a shot, instead drops Robinson, stuff, try save, rebound, the net's off. Robinson went barreling into the left post, knocked it off the pegs, so the face-off, I believe, will come outside, because it was Robinson who blasted the net off. Yes, it drips out to center. The dot on the left outside the Port Huron zone. DeCumbus works right through Newberg. Barrels in, gives Lockney, shoots off the iron. A 2-on-1 look, and Lockney connects with the post. A fortunate bounce for Danbury. Lockney just missing an insurance goal. It's still 4-3 under 12 left in the period. Newberg, right side of the blue line, shoots in the left corner. Ratcliffe there first. Puck pops in the air. DeCumbus for the Prowlers. storming up the left wing. It pops off the glove of Ruiz, free near the blue line. Juggling, knocked down, and Pamelayan behind the net. A whistle blows, and the Prowlers are called for an offside call as the linesman was barking at them to get out of the zone. They did not tag up, so they blow it dead, and they'll bring the face-off to the right circle. Hattricks in search of the equalizer. There have been some wild third-period finishes between these two teams all year. The third period, special teams and reviews. The 3 bullet points of this series so far. It's 5-on-5 hockey right now. 1 goal Prowlers lead. 11.5 on the clock. Hattricks win the draw. Left point, Pamelayan shoots, blocked, rebound, Harwell, stuff tried, denied by Cooper. It's under him, no whistle, and then they finally blow it. It was underneath Cooper for about 2 or 3 seconds. And then the whistle finally comes in. Hey, you never mind the referee letting them play that extra second, especially in the playoffs. Don't want to blow a play dead when it might not necessarily be over. In the playoffs, it seems like one of those impact plays happens almost every game, definitely every series. The 2 goal reviews have changed both games, really. Hattricks benefiting last night and losing out here tonight. They win another O-zone draw. Far boards Ratcliffe. Up top, Pamelayan, a head fake, still with it. His shot wide of the target. Flanking it off the far glass, Lockhart. It rolls behind the Hattricks net, and an icing on Port Huron. We're slowly approaching the halfway point, third period. Danbury in search of the game-tying goal, trying to keep the season alive. It just does not get any bigger than this. Left circle, Prowler zone. Off the far boards, Johnson rims it around. DeCumbus gains the red, floats in. McCullum leaves for Abdella. Indirect pass fielded by Woolley. Chops it for Frolov, right wing O-zone. Frolov pass in front, had Van Durken streaking, it was blocked. It's Oregon for Port Huron. Uses the boards out to center. Abdella, quick up for Woolley. Self pass, gets to it, Woolley. Left wing, and Graham got back. One hand swiped it away. Kept in left point. Frolov to the corner, out of the reach of Woolley. Right corner, Van Durken. Double teamed. Tries to kick it along. Frolov helping out. Prowlers clear the zone. And it wobbles into Danbury territory. Abdella at the controls behind McCullum. Shots are 43-24 Hattricks. They trail by 1. We're halfway through the third. Gonzalez knifing through center. He'll chip in charge in the right corner, was tripped up. Ref didn't see it. Gonzalez hemmed in the Prowler zone. Here comes Fox, left wing, dropping for Deasy. He shoots, airmailed it, and it goes out of play. Hattricks in a 1-goal hole in a must-win game. 9:50 remaining in the third period. A lot more hockey to come right here on the Hattricks Digital Network.
Craving that perfect thin crust pizza? Head to Van's Bar Style Pizza in Danbury. Enjoy delicious, crispy edge bar style pizza and have some fun in our arcade while you're here. Great food and entertainment for the whole family, only at Van's Bar Style Pizza in Danbury. Looking for your next ride? Orchard Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Hudson has you covered. With a wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, plus unbeatable deals, Orchard CDJR is your one-stop shop for all things automotive. Visit Orchard Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Hudson today, where great cars meet great service. Diversified Printing Solutions in Danbury is the Hattricks' official printing partner. You want it printed? Call Tina and let them get it inked up for you. DPS Printing Solutions. They can do it all. Locally owned, printed on paper from Connecticut trees. Upgrade your home with Buzz 8 appliance. offering the latest in appliances with expert service and unbeatable prices. Visit us today or shop online. Buzz 8 Appliance, your local home solution.
Down the stretch we go. This one coming down to the wire. Hat-tricks have outshot the Prowlers 43-24, but they trail 4-3. Still 9:50 on the clock in this period. Plenty of time to forge a comeback. No goals scored in this third after we had 4 combined in the second and 3 in the first. Hat-tricks led 2-0, then trailed 4-2. Ratcliffe has brought Danbury within 1 late in the second. Danbury wins a D-zone draw. It's rainbowed out to center by Bedard and batted along by Hullaby. Onto the stick of Simmons Fisher for the Prowlers. His pass pinballs off a leg. Bedard retrieves for Danbury. Hullaby up the right wing. Robinson has Newberg to his left. Robinson enters the zone. He'll tap it in deep. Lockhart gets there for the Prowlers. Keep in left point. LaBelle shoots. Redirected wide. Simmons Fisher behind the net. And the Prowlers from right to left. Tyler Fox, who scored in the second. Shot one on goal, easily handled by McCullum. Prowlers were finishing up a change. Bedard zipping up the left wing, backhands it behind the net. Organ, hard off the near glass. Locked down by Ruiz. The puck spits out into the far corner. Johnson for Port Huron. Uses the wall, gets it as far as center. Hat-tricks have possession. Harwell chops it in. Johnson sends it right back out. But this one had some heat on it and turns into an icing. What a game it's been, what a series it's been. 2025 Commissioner's Cup playoffs in full swing. 4-3 Prowlers. Time growing thin on the hat-tricks. Now about 8.5 to go. Prowlers control off the D-zone face-off, but Harwell applying the back check takes the puck. Movalli got a piece, connects with Ratcliffe. Up ahead, left wing Harwell. Graham poked it off the end boards. Now Graham flings it across ice. Abdella for Danbury, across for Pamelayan, and the quick up. Ratcliffe leaving for Harwell. On left wing is backhander, tipped wide. Getting there is Federley for the Prowlers. They'll steer it out to center. Abdella steps over the red line. Turned back by Federley, and Gonzalez supports. Frolov, tape to tape with Abdella. Right over center ice. Gonzalez handcuffed. Federley scoops out to center. A Prowler is down in the Port Huron zone. And now they'll blow the play dead. I think it's Austin Federley, number 19. Down on all fours, right in front of the Animal House. It was off to the side of the play. Did not get a good look at it. Bridget Smith out to look. And I believe Austin Federley, number 19. Being helped to the bench, slowly gliding his way. He's letting that right arm dangle. And yes, it is Austin Federley, the Prowlers captain. So already without Tucker Scantlebury, and now Federley exits with 7:38 left in the third period. A must-win game for both teams in order to advance to the second round. No penalties assessed. It's 5-on-5, and it's after the puck was in the Prowler zone when they blew it dead, just inside the blue line. So they're sorting some things out, trying to get the players back on the ice for the Prowlers. Danbury has the Russians up front with Abdel and Gonzalez on defense. 3 goals on 43 shots for the hat-tricks. The Prowlers have beaten McCullum 4 times on 25. Each team winning a game on home ice. Neither team that has scored first has won. Hat-tricks led 2-0 in this game. Off the offensive zone face-off, Lockhart can't clear. Abdella will jab it down low, and a penalty. Brett Lockhart got clipped, high sticking, and there might be blood here as well. It's a 2-minute high stick, a minor. Vadim Frolov. Penalty kill time for Danbury. They're 2 for 2 against the Prowlers. A Port Huron unit that in the regular season, 8th, scored the 5th most goals. Prowlers control off the draw. Organ shoots, redirected wide. 10 seconds into the power play, Frolov for high sticking. Prowlers up by 1, approaching 7 minutes left of the period. Organ, near side Lockney, the lefty, up the wall to the point. Now creeps in, Lockney drags, shoots, blocked by LaBelle, goes airborne, kept in, never hit the netting. Lockney spinning in the corner, tripped over the ref, centering pass, Johnson off the post. It found him in the slot, rang it off the iron. Prowler still in the zone. Right point, Millette, wrister, save, rebound, on goal, steered away by McCullum. In the far corner, it's Johnson, to the back, Millette. He'll hold, shoot, save, rebound, loose in front, and Ratcliffe comes away with it. He'll rainbow it down. 1 minute to go on the Frolov high stick. 6:30 and counting in regulation. Hat-tricks need a goal to save the season. First, they got to kill this off. Stefan Deasy treks in, right wing. He'll drop for Simmons Fisher. Centering pass. Lockhart couldn't get the shot off. It's clapped up the near wall by Gonzalez. A keep by Parsons. Near wall Price. He'll wander. Back for Deasy at the left circle. Deasy surveys. Up top, Parsons back to Deasy all the way across. It's Lockhart at the right point for Parsons. Near side. A wrister, well wide. Lockhart keeps it alive at the right point. 20 seconds of the power play. Lockhart walks middle, gives Simmons Fisher, shoots into the breadbasket of McCullum, and he covers. There will be one more media timeout. Each team still has its timeout. Series tied at 2. Winner advances. 4-3 Prowlers. Final 10 seconds of the power play. About 5.5 to go in regulation. Johnson behind the net. Up top for Millette. His shot blocked by Ruiz. Off to the races. There goes Ruiz. On the left wing. Backhander saved by Cooper. And he covers it up with the glove. Frolov was just released from the penalty box. Didn't matter because Ruiz turned on the Jets. Didn't get much on it. A backhand flick. Wouldn't that be something? A Game 3 hat trick for the captain. Held scoreless in the first 2 games. Opened this one with 2 power play goals. Left circle face-off. Prowlers win it back into the far corner. Bedard tried to keep at the point. Couldn't do so. Price overskated his helmet. Came off. LaBelle banks it off the near wall through Lockney, so no icing. Refs say he could have played it. Exactly 5 minutes remaining in regulation of Game 3, Easter Sunday from Danbury. A skittering puck into the left corner. DZ negates the icing. He'll wipe it into the far corner. Fox rims it back around near side. Oregon off the bench. He holds, shoots, hit Bedard up high. It's Lockney in the far corner now. Low to high, Parsons right point. He'll scoop it on the backhand, around the net. Bedard out to center. Oregon right in front of the hat-tricks bench. Throws in, hit Millette, who was in the zone. Offside, Prowlers. Final 4:32 in regulation of Game 3. Hat-tricks need a goal or their season is over. Stay with us on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network.
Craving breakfast all day? Come to IHOP for pancakes, omelets, and more any time of the day. Visit your local IHOP today because breakfast is always a good idea. Kick back and relax with a cold beer from Housatonic River Brewing. Craft brews made locally with love. Visit our tap room today. Housatonic River Brewing, where great beer meets great company. Products available at the Danbury Ice Arena. Ready for your dream getaway? Let Dream Vacations plan the perfect trip for you. From cruises to tropical resorts, we make travel easy. Call today and start packing for your dream vacation. Start your morning right with Grounds Donut House. Delicious donuts, fresh coffee, and local charm. Visit us today for a sweet start to your day. Grounds Donut House, where every bite is a delight. Products available at the Danbury Ice Arena. Need quality dental care? Aspen Dental makes it easy to get the smile you deserve. Affordable, reliable, and convenient. Call now to schedule your appointment at Aspen Dental, where we bring smiles to life.
Prowlers 4, Hat-Tricks 3, 4:32 left in an elimination Game 3 of the opening round, 2025 Commissioner's Cup playoffs from the Danbury Ice Arena. Hat-Tricks led 2-0 in this game, fell behind 4-2, have cut it to a 1-goal deficit. No goals here in the third period yet. Vasiliev brought it in offside. Frolov tried to stretch, could not do so. Prowlers took Game 1 in Michigan. Hat-Tricks responded the next night. 4-2 the score. Here now it's 4-3. Prowlers up. Winner advances to face the Black Bears starting next weekend. Face-off just outside the Prowlers zone. Poked in for Vasiliev. Center Van Durkin. He'll kick it along near boards. Lockney clanks it off the glass. Glove down by Gonzalez. Frolov starts the motor. Left wing Vasiliev. Inside Van Durkin. Shoots! Saved by Cooper. It found Van Durkin all alone. And he puts it into the chest of Cooper. The Rabbits trying to win Easter. They started off strong. This game has really leveled out. Both goaltenders have found their grooves. 45 shots for the Hat-Tricks, just 3 goals against Reed Cooper. Newberg wins it clean. Left point, LaBelle shoots, blocked. LaBelle reaching, kept it in, but it's taken away. DeCumbis up the left wing. DeCumbis, snow shower, centers, they score! Bobby Price through the 5-hole. His second goal of the game. The insurance tally for the Prowlers. They lead by 2 with under 4 left in Game 3. His third goal of the playoffs. Second of the night. And Bobby Price capitalizing on the drop pass from Vincent DeCumbis. And the lead is now 2 for Port Huron. Now the Hat-Tricks are on the verge of elimination. Only 3:40 to work with. Left wing Harwell charging in. Centering pass blocked away. Ram skates it out. Leads Millette 1-on-2 through center. Millette shooting, blocker stop from McCullum. Off the end boards, Pamelayan. Right wing Ruiz at center ice. Gets the red, gets the blue, he shoots. Glove saved by Cooper. Sets up an offensive zone faceoff. With just 3:18 on the clock in the third period. Maybe a heartbreaker from Bobby Price, who capitalized on a free puck left circle and jammed it through the 5-hole of McCullum. The Prowlers, with 5 of the last 6 goals in the game, have a 5-3 lead, despite the hat tricks out shooting them 45-28. Hat tricks will use their timeout. Time running out on the hat trick season. Seen a couple times this year, hat tricks have scored in bunches. They need 2 quick strikes just to stay afloat in this game. Hat tricks have had their fair share of opportunities. They had some power plays, already scored twice with the man up, but missed the net a couple of times as they were surging in the offensive zone with Cooper scrambling. And the Prowlers opportunistic. 5 goals on 28 shots on the road in game 3. Right circle, Prowlers zone the faceoff. Against Graham, Harwell, they square up, puck is down, taken away by Lockney. The net is empty, and he shot it up and into the netting, and that's a penalty. Oh no, Lucas Lockney from his own zone sailed it towards the empty net, went into the netting directly, and it's a delay of game penalty for Lucas Lockney. The hat tricks are not dead yet. A mistake from Lockney with McCullum on the bench, extra skater on, and another power play for the hat tricks. 6th opportunity for the hat tricks. They've scored twice. They need 2 goals with 3:12 in regulation. 6-on-4, LaBelle right point to the near corner. It's Vasiliev up top, LaBelle across Ratcliffe, center point. He'll walk, shoot, off the end boards. Vasiliev, sub try, they poke at it, it's free, and now the whistle. The chippiness has calmed down now. Both these teams preserving energy. This is the 3rd game in as many days, and can't forget the travel on Friday night into Saturday, right before game 2. Vasiliev going back towards the bench, and it looks like a timeout by the Prowlers. So both teams have used their timeout. Hat tricks handed a gift from Lockney, who was just trying to seal the deal with an empty netter. He airmailed it into the netting behind the hat tricks goal from his own D zone. Delay of game. And Danbury can make this a 1-goal game. Bobby Price with 2 goals in this game, made it 4-2 Port Huron, and then 5-3. Only goal scorer in the 3rd. Ruiz has 2 on the power play. Prowlers then scored 4 straight. Ratcliffe made it a 1-goal contest, and Price added the cushion for the Prowlers. Hat tricks trying to make it a little bit more uncomfortable for Port Huron and climb back in it. Right circle face-off in the Prowlers' end. Port Huron wins it. They wheel it around. Ruiz cuts it off at the left circle. Pass in front, tipped out of play. It starts with a face-off win. Game changed after the Van Durken goal was challenged and waved off for goalie interference. Now the Hat-Tricks trying to cash it on the power play for the third time. Right point, LaBelle. It's 6-on-4. Right corner, Vasiliev. Up top, LaBelle. Across Ruiz, tapping Ratcliffe. Back to LaBelle. He shoots, save, rebound, poked at. And it squirts behind the net to the near wall. LaBelle with 2.5 in regulation. Up top, Ratcliffe shoots. Cooper might have got a piece off the back glass. Graham along the far wall will chop it out of the zone. Still 6 skaters on for Danbury on the power play. Net is empty. 1 minute to go on the power play. Behind the net, Vasiliev centers, covered by Cooper near the left post. A 2-goal game. 54 seconds on the Lockney delay of game. Both teams have used their timeout. Shots 45-28 Hat-Tricks. They trail by 2. Left circle face-off. Prowlers have won the last 3 in the D zone. Van Durken wins it for Ratcliffe across LaBelle. Fakes the shot, now lets one go. Off the backboards, Harwell in front, it's free! Poked at, a shot save. Rebound out to Vasiliev. Up top, LaBelle. Across Ruiz, he drags, shoots, blocked, and out of the zone. Hat-Tricks have to tag up. 35 on the power play. Aaron pass through everyone and an icing on the Hat-Tricks. Oregon won the race. Face off into the Hat-Trick zone. Final 32 seconds of the Lockney delay of game. And we're under 2 minutes to play in game 3. Do or die. Right circle face off. Oh no, not now. Oh my. They've kept the whistle away since the first period, and now they get Josh LaBelle on sportsmanlike conduct. It might be a misconduct. I don't think it's an extra 2 minutes. Yep, it is not. But LaBelle is lost for the rest of regulation. A tie-up off the face-off, Hat-Tricks possess. So now Pamelayan quarterbacks the remaining 30 seconds of the power play. Clock never started. And they'll have to start it back up. 1:44 will go back up on the clock. I wonder if they're going to redrop it and just replay from the far corner Hat-Trick zone, or if they'll place the puck at center where they halted the play. We will have to find out. So LaBelle is in the penalty box. The Hat-Tricks main man on the power play, the only defenseman on their top unit, but Pamelayan assumes his role as LaBelle is lost for abusive official, unsportsmanlike conduct at 18-15. Now they'll chat it over. It's probably a difference of about 10 seconds. Either the face-off goes out to center, or they'll replay it to the left of McCullum. What a game, what a series. Prowlers have pulled away here in the third period. Hat-Tricks still have a fighter's chance. They're on the power play. Referees trying to sort out the clock after Lockney soared a puck into the netting in the hat-trick zone from his own end, going for the empty net. Reed Cooper has been a brick wall here tonight. 42 saves on 45 shots. And the Prowlers have buried their chances. It's unbelievable how this series has gone. Scoring first hasn't meant much. And scoring in the third period is the difference. So 1:25 now on the clock. So they just let 20 seconds go off the clock. My goodness. A little bit of confusion here in game 3 in numerous situations. And that one does not help the hat-tricks. McCullum will leave it for Ratcliffe with just 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the hat-tricks. Game 3 down by 2. Ruiz bursting and he shoots a tricky one. Deflected in on Cooper, he gloved it. Potentially 104 left in Danbury's season. They need 2 goals in almost back-to-back fashion. Prowlers scored 2 goals in 12 seconds earlier in this game. Face-off is at the right circle. Lockney will be released in 3 seconds, and they'll redrop it. Van Durkin, Harwell, Vasiliev, Pamelayan, Ruiz, and Ratcliffe. Off the face-off, Lockhart wheels it around. Federley kept in left point. Ratcliffe, he shoots, blocked down, empty net try, on the way, off the post. Lockney out of the box, was pressuring Pamelayan. Danbury does not have possession quite yet. 45 seconds left in game 3. Johnson steps, shoots off the skate of Pamelayan, swings across for Ratcliffe. Net is still empty. Up for Vasiliev, drop, Van Durkin, cut to the net, he shoots! Kicked out by Cooper. Lockney vacuums in, backhand pass out to center. Deasy for Lockney, open cage, missed the target. He gets there first. Lockney rubbed out by Pamelayan. 20 seconds left in game 3. Graham steals it, empty net, blocked by Pamelayan. Quick up, Ruiz tips it, it's taken away. Lockhart wide of the cage. Icing, but it looks like it's too late for the hat-tricks. Just 7.4 on the clock. Hat-tricks down by 2. And it appears that the 2024-25 season is over. Maybe one last right circle face-off. The puck drop, Ruiz fires, never got through, trickling puck into the corner, and the final seconds tick off, and the Port Huron Prowlers defeat the Danbury Hat-Tricks in Game 3 of the Empire Division Semifinals. 5-3 the score. Port Huron erases a 2-0 deficit on Danbury ice and advances to the second round versus the Binghamton Black Bears. Ben Brockway stamping his flag at the center ice logo, and oh boy, this could blow up a little bit. The Hat-Tricks players will not like that. This could erupt. Oh boy, fans are up against the glass, pushing and shoving. The game is over. The Prowlers are moving on to the second round. And now they'll meet up with the Binghamton Black Bears for an Empire Division finals meeting. Now, everyone trying to keep people in check on the ice. Patrick's not happy with the display from Ben Brockway after the game, and now he's got to come out and shake hands. Now they'll escort him into the locker room.
Fans, you are the best in the league, and we can't
Despite
thank
the
you
loss,
for another amazing season.
handshakes will end it. AJ Galante has now hit the ice. He is irate over the Brockway actions, and I'm sure it'll carry over into next year. Danbury does not get the result it wanted. They come up short in the first round for the second straight year. And Binghamton at Port Huron will start up next weekend. One of the best parts of playoff hockey, the post-game handshake. Lots of respect between all the players here. Danbury comes up short. And a big question now for some of the Hat-Tricks players. You look at some of their veterans. Johnny Ruiz took a co-head coaching role at the start of the year. Thought maybe last year was his final one. He gave it one more season. He's been pretty quiet about his plans for next year. Knowing him, he might not be done, but hey, you never know. A hat-trick season that saw Billy McCreary depart to the Kalamazoo Wings in the summer. Johnny Ruiz, Kyle Gonzalez stepped in, put together a winning season. 102 points in the regular campaign, the number 2 seed in the Empire Division, and a round 1, game 3 loss to the Prowlers. Spoils an Easter Sunday matinee from Danbury. And congratulations to the Port Huron Prowlers, who advance in the playoffs to play the Black Bears. Well, while the players continue to give the handshakes out, Danbury skaters still on the ice will most likely salute the crowd. It's time for us to almost wrap things up. Special thank yous to a bunch of people in the organizations to hand out. Start with the front office, President Herm Sorcher. Practically does anything and everything for this organization. A wonderful representative for the FPHL and for the city of Danbury. Co-head coaches Johnny Ruiz and Kyle Gonzalez, who were very solid in their first year at the helm. General manager Matt Voidy, AJ Galante, special assistant to Matt Voidy. Hat-Tricks will circle up at center ice and salute the Danbury faithful, who are still on their feet. They cheer on the Hat-Tricks. A successful season that ends in a sour way, a first-round exit. Behind the scenes, there are a lot of people who allow Danbury Hat-Tricks hockey to operate. From our camera operators, our broadcast technicians, social media interns, our office staff, which handles partnership ticket sales. It's a massive effort from everyone involved. From about July, September, all the way until about Mother's Day. And another successful season for the Hat-Tricks in year 5. Unfortunately, back-to-back first-round exit for the Hat-Tricks. To recap the game quickly, Danbury took a 2-0 lead. Ruiz, 2 power play goals in the opening 7:04. Then Millette made it 2-1 late in the first. 3 straight goals from the Prowlers, Graham, Fox, and Price at 3:28, 3:40, and 13:01. Pushed the Prowlers to a 4-2 advantage. The Graham goal coming after Van Durken had appeared to give the Hat-Tricks a 3-1 lead on the power play, wiped off the board for goaltender interference. After the Prowlers challenged the play, that practically flipped the whole game on its head, gave Port Huron some momentum. They scored 3 goals in the second. Hat-Tricks would answer Ratcliffe at 15:41. Made it a 1-goal game, and Danbury just could not solve Reed Cooper in the third period, who made his second start of the series, grabs his second win of the playoffs, and I could pretty much bet that he'll start game 1 at home against the Binghamton Black Bears next week. He faced 24 shots in the third from the Hat-Tricks, who put a full press effort to try and tie the game. They come up short. Bobby Price had a 5-hole goal, one of the few Prowler shots, one of just 8 in the third period, that snuck over the line, and a 5-2 final score. Johnny Ruiz and Kyle Gonzalez, the last 2 to leave the surface. Alternate captain, co-head coach Gonzalez, captain and co-head coach Ruiz. Some tears from Johnny. And if it's the last time he leaves the ice as a skater, what a career. The definition of the Danbury Hockey Ring of Honor. Mr. Danbury, Captain America, just simply the best player in not only Danbury Hat-Tricks history, but Danbury hockey history. Remarkable career, co-MVP this season. And hey, you never know, he could be back for another year once things start up in 2025-26. Would be number 6 for the Hat-Tricks in their career, as they will once again start the journey for their second Commissioner's Cup championship, falling short here in the first round to the Port Huron Prowlers. As always, we appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us throughout the duration of the regular season. Hopefully you enjoyed our 2025 Commissioner's Cup coverage. A lot of hard work put in behind the scenes by everyone here on the staff, mostly interns. They do a spectacular job and deserve a lot of praise for the product that the Hat-Tricks put out year in and year out, both on the social media side and the broadcast side. That is how the Hat-Tricks function and bring you the games every time on the Hat-Tricks digital network. Well, a lot of great things happened this season, a bunch of milestones for players career-wise. But it ends in a first-round Game 3 loss to the Port Huron Prowlers on home ice on Easter Sunday. Everyone leaving the ice, players back in the locker room. That just about does it for us. Here in the broadcast booth, for everyone working hard behind the scenes, I'm Doug Latuca, saying have a great rest of your night, Hat-Tricks fans. Enjoy the summer, and we'll reconvene for the 2024-25 season. Nope, 25-26 season. Enjoy the time off, regroup, recover, and come on back cheering on the Hat-Tricks when season number 6 in the history of the Danbury Hat-Tricks gets going. Final score, 5-3 Prowlers in Game 3. They'll advance to play the Binghamton Black Bears starting next week. Zamboni on the ice. Last time it'll happen post-Hat-Tricks game. A lot of emotions for everybody here, especially in the broadcast booth. Spectacular season. So much fun. Loved bringing you guys the action. For the final time in 2025, I'm Doug Latuca signing off, saying so long, and we'll talk again next year.